Chapter 2675. Qin Yun immediately rushed out of the nine-sun sky raising pagoda and arrived at the top of the pagoda. He looked around, still unable to believe what he saw with his own eyes. What's going on? How long have I been in seclusion? Qin Yun went to ask Zi Qingsheng and the others and found out that he had only entered the nine-sun heaven-raising pagoda for 2 or 3 days. As soon as he came out, he was attracted by the destruction around him. He looked at the large and small pits, as well as the broken dragon peach divine tree. So much so that he didn't even take out the demonic mirror right away. After Qin Yun took out the magic mirror, he received many messages from his friends. He immediately received them one by one. One of the messages mentioned the sudden birth of the 50,000th universe, divine Sunday. Qin Yun immediately looked up at the sky. Indeed, there was an additional myriad universe, divine sun. However, the myriad realm's divine sun was rather small. Its glow wasn't intense enough, and it looked very weak. Qin Yun did not even sense the existence of the 50,000th universe, divine Sunday. After receiving all the information, Qin Yun let out a long sigh. He never expected so many things to happen while he was in seclusion. When he first came out and saw the situation here, he thought that it was because of him that the fight started. Later on, he found out that it was not. The Dragon Peach Feast was supposed to be held here, and the peaches were supposed to be harvested yesterday. But when the Monkey King ordered the monkey dragons to harvest all the peaches, something happened. The Taiyan Divine Tribe and Tatian Divine Tribe from the Nine-Sun Sacred Ground rushed to the Divine Dragon Peach Tree. There were more than 1,000 of them. Most of them were covered in cuts and bruises. As for those dragon peaches, they could heal their injuries after eating them. The Monkey King had said that he would only give out a small portion of the dragon peaches. As such, he was determined not to give the dragon peaches to the Taiyan Divine Tribe or the Taitian Divine Tribe. The two powerful races that came from the Nine-Sun Sacred Ground did not take the Monkey Dragon Tribe seriously at all. Hence, a conflict broke out, and they started fighting. Although the people from the two strong races were injured, they did not lose to the Monkey Dragon race when they fought. The Monkey King and the Elder Tree Dragon, Long Shu, did not quickly suppress the two strong races. They also told the other races not to interfere, saying that this was their battle. Just as they were fighting intensely, the 50,000th world deity appeared. Not long after these 5 divine suns appeared, the heavenly mandate sacred lands, tree dragons, all woke up and immediately charged into the heavenly mandate dragon lake. Yu Shangyun guessed that it was Long Shu who made the tree dragon enter the heaven's fate dragon lake, because when the 5 divine suns appeared, Long Shu was extremely afraid. Not long after the 5 divine suns appeared, the demon dragon heavenly clan shouted for the crowd to immediately leave the heaven's mandate sacred land. They said that they sensed something very powerful approaching. After the demon dragon heavenly clan's warning, the dragon heavenly clan's dragon heavenly of clans sacred dragon sacred ground shouted and told everyone to leave the nation's divine land. When these experts appeared, they immediately broke through the enchantment and landed beside the dragon peach tree. They immediately used dragon and Tian and came. He of Yang's dragon, they long and was king, and Tian and Shu and the Tian dragon and the Yu dragon was. They, dragon, they and started, God dragon, Tian and Yun they and they as to divine heaven as divine dragon. The divine preceptor, Xia Wufeng, and heavenly ghost ancestor used the heavenly punishment banners to help Long Shu and the Monkey King. Yu Shangyun, Wang Haiyue, the Sun Dragon Emperor, the Mad Sun Tiger Emperor, and the other powerhouses immediately joined the battle to help the Monkey King and Long Shu after letting their people retreat. The middle-aged man leading the demon dragon heavenly clansmen also joined the battle to assist the Monkey Dragon clan and Long Shu. Both sides were equally matched in strength, but the Dragon Peach Divine Tree was destroyed by the dozen mysterious experts in the end. They even said that they would flatten the Heaven's Mandate Sacred Land and the Divine Court. On the other hand, the members of the Sun In Divine Tribe, Great Sky Divine Tribe, and the law enforcers were watching the battle from the sidelines, waiting for an opportunity to strike. The dozen mysterious people hadn't left the destiny sacred land. They were still wandering around, as if searching for something. Qin Yin finished reading the information in one go and took a deep breath. Then, he stored the damaged Dragon Peach Divine Tree into the 9 Yang Divine Soul and placed it into the pearl with white Shenyang. The Monkey King and the others also wanted to take away the Dragon Peach Divine Tree, but they didn't have a large spatial storage treasure, so they could only leave it here. These dozen mysterious people are so arrogant. I can't even eat dragon peaches. Qin Yin cursed in low voice. He promised Mo and the others that he would let them eat dragon peaches. And Wukong also closed the entrance and hid. He only told Qin Yin that an expert that could threaten him had appeared, so he had to stay far away from the Heaven's Mandate sacred land. The messages that Qin Yin received were all sent to him before Wukong left. After Wukong left, the Devil Mirror couldn't be used inside the Heaven's Mandate sacred land. So Qin Yin didn't know where the Monkey King and the others went. Qin Yin put away the 9-sun heaven-raising pagoda and floated in the air. He looked at the Diwu Divine Sun and said with a frown, "This myriad realm's divine sun is very weak. It feels like it is malnourished. Is there a problem?" He took out Yushang Yun and the Divine Chief's soul-chasing talisman. They are not together. They are in 2 different directions. Soon after, he took out Ming Yinyue's soul-chasing talisman and discovered that she is not together with Yushang Yun. Luo Yaofeng and Li Shuang are with Yushang Yun. Qin Yin doesn't have Yu Yaoyao's soul-chasing talisman, so he doesn't know if she is together with Yushang Yun or not. Could it be that Yunyue is together with the Bright Moon sect leader? Qin Yin is also worried about his friends. He took out their soul-chasing talismans and took a look. The Divine Chief, Xia Wufeng, Heavenly Ghost Ancestor, Zao, and Violent Sun Tiger Emperor, they're all together. Qin Yin told Ling Yin about this matter and let her analyze it. After Ling Yin finished listening, she said, "Xiao Yun, those guys from the Sun and Divine race know that you have the Divine King Heavenly Seal, and they also know that you have 2 bloodline Heavenly Runes, but they still left you here and didn't care about you." Indeed, Qin Yin is also puzzled and said, "I just looked at my 9-sun heaven-raising pagoda, and it didn't suffer any strong attack. That means they have something more important to do. Could it be that they are looking for something?" Ling Yin said, "Those dozen or so mysterious experts suddenly arrived at the Heaven's Mandate Holy Land. They must have come for something. The Divine Chief, Sister Shang Yun, and Yinyue are in different directions. Could it be that several treasures suddenly appeared here, so they split up to look for them?" Qin Yin took out Yushang Yun's soul-chasing talisman and said, "I will go take a look at Sister Shang Yun's side. Xiao Yun, although you have broken through and entered Shintian Monarch, you still have to be careful. Monkey King, Granny Tree Dragon, and other experts who have surpassed Shuntown Monarch joined hands, and yet they were unable to take down those dozen or so mysterious experts. It can be seen that those guys are very strong." Linger said, "In that battle, even the big shots of the Devil Dragon Heavenly Race joined in. Those who participated in the battle were all extremely strong experts whose cultivation surpassed Shintian Monarch. However, even after joining hands, they were only able to fight those dozen or so mysterious experts to a draw." Qin Yin took out the heaven-trampling divine boots and put them on. Then he put on the peak cap. He did not take out the 9-sun divine hammer. Instead, he turned the 9-sun heaven-raising pagoda into a floating cloud rod and held it in his hand. He discovered that as the number of myriad realms' divine suns increased, his 9-sun heaven-raising pagoda also became stronger and stronger. In addition, he often placed the 9-sun heaven-raising pagoda into the 9-sun divine spirit and tempered it inside, making it stronger and stronger. Just as Qin Yin was about to fly toward Yushang Yun, he suddenly felt a very familiar, yet very dangerous aura rushing over. It's the Black Dragon Killer. Qin Yin is extremely alarmed. At the same time, a large amount of lightning suddenly fell from the sky like a huge waterfall, rushing down from the top of his head. Not only is the lightning berserk, it also carries a very strong and heavy divine power. It made him feel as if he was carrying a huge mountain on his shoulders and was blasted to the ground. He doesn't know how many black dragon killers there are, but at this moment, he can feel that after breaking through, he is much stronger than before in all aspects. At least he doesn't feel fear. Unlike when he met those black dragon killers before, he only had the thought of running away. The current him is completely confident that he can fight against the black dragon killers. Although Qin Yun was struck to the ground by the violent lightning, he immediately stabilized himself the moment he landed. A protective barrier appeared around his body. Then he stepped on the air and left in a flash. His eyes turned blue. He immediately saw 5 black dragon killers in the vicinity. These black dragon killers are not the ones who besieged Mu Jin before, Qin Yun said with frown. He doesn't know that those black dragon killers were killed by Yu Luan Hui before. All of you come out, don't hide. I can see you, Qin Yun said with sneer. You want to show off your invisibility tricks in front of me? 5 black dragon killers immediately appeared. They're holding battle sabers, emitting biting, cold, killing intent. They're all carved with dragon head carvings. The leader has 7 dragon head carvings. He is a 7 dragon head black dragon killer. The other 4 black dragon killers have 6 dragon head carvings. Are they still 7 dragon head killers? Qin Yun's expression is filled with disdain. He glanced at the 7 dragon head sabers. You know a lot. Hand over your divine, king heavenly seal, and bloodline heavenly rune. That 7 dragon head killer said in cold voice. Qin Yun laughed a few times and said, Ancient Yu clan sent you here for me? They really think highly of me. Boss sending our assassin team is like killing a chicken with a butcher's knife. There is no need for us to deal with a guy like you. The 7 dragon head killer said with sneer. Therefore, you should quickly cooperate with us. Otherwise, with our strength, we will capture you and make you wish you were dead. Qin Yun immediately took out a blue mushroom. This blue mushroom has many runes on it. It is precisely the inscription Fungus Mother he obtained from Heaven's divine moon. Those few killers don't understand runes, but seeing this strange blue mushroom, it seems like it is formed from a large number of complicated blue runes. They immediately thought that it is a bloodline heavenly rune. This inscription Fungus Mother is a super strong sealing formation. It can immediately form a very strong seal after being thrown out. Qin Yun has never used it before, mainly because he doesn't know how strong this inscription Fungus Mother seal is. Chapter 2676. As Qin Yun spoke, the Black Dragon assassins immediately took action. They attacked Qin Yun's vital points from several directions. The divine power released by the assassins caused the ground within a radius of several hundred feet around Qin Yun to sink. The sky was filled with ice-cold, evil killing intent. The 5 Black Dragon assassins attacked at the same time. Furthermore, they were very close to Qin Yun and had surrounded him. From their point of view, even if it was someone with a higher cultivation than them, they would not be able to dodge at this time. They could only face it head-on. However, Qin Yun just stood there. He did not dodge or block. The sabers of the Black Dragon assassins fiercely slashed down, did not even land on Qin Yun's body. Instead, their sabers were diverted away by an incomparably strange power. Qin Yun used gravity just now. The gravity barrier protected him, causing the space around him to slightly distort. As a result, when the assassin's sabers slashed down, they were diverted away by the distorted space and were unable to land on Qin Yun's body. It was also because Qin Yun had stepped into the Divine Heaven Lord realm that he could use this move to deal with the Black Dragon assassins. Just as the 5 Black Dragon assassins were alarmed, the blue mushroom in Qin Yun's hand suddenly flickered and exploded. It was as if a huge blue firework had bloomed in an instant. After the firework flashed, it was as if a huge net woven from blue runes had spread out, enveloping everything around Qin Yun. The Black Dragon assassins were also enveloped within and began to frantically struggle. No matter how strong their divine power was, the divine power they released would always be absorbed by the net. Qin Yun was also enveloped, but he left in a flash. He looked at the Black Dragon assassins from the side. He was not in a hurry to take action. Instead, he wanted to take this opportunity to see how strong the inscription fungus queen was. After the black dragon assassins were trapped, the divine power on their bodies surged violently. They knew that they were trapped, and it would be difficult for them to escape. However, they still crazily attacked the runes. The sealing formation released by the inscription fungus queen was truly powerful. It was able to suppress these powerful black dragon assassins in an instant. These assassins are quite strong. If this continues, they might be able to break free. Qin Yun could also see that the sealing formation released by the inscription fungus queen had a certain limit. Holding the floating cloud staff, he flew over and landed on top of a black dragon killer. He sneered, "Black dragon killers, who sent you to deal with me? Don't even think about knowing." The one who spoke was a six-dragon head killer. Qin Yun did not ask any further questions. He gripped the floating cloud staff tightly with both hands and injected his divine power into it. The entire floating cloud staff was immediately enveloped by blue imperial heaven divine power. Boom! He struck the assassin's head with his rod. After a loud explosion, the assassin's powerful body was reduced to ashes in a flash of blue light. Qin Yun caught a blob of soul and immediately released the soul creation heavenly cauldron to cover it. Then, he sealed in a space inside the soul creation heavenly cauldron. My goodness, so your soul is immortal. No wonder you are so stubborn. Qin Yun chuckled and said, "Do you really think I have no way to deal with you?" The other black dragon assassins were all shocked by Qin Yun's ferocious strike. They're very clear about how strong the assassin was, but they never thought that someone would be able to destroy their body with a single strike. Qin Yun took out a small bottle and said with a smile, "This bottle contains something called soul loss dew. Have you heard of it?" Those black dragon assassins clearly have never heard of it. Qin Yun said with a beaming smile, "You have never heard of soul loss dew? Then I will let you see what kind of effect this soul loss dew has." Qin Yun released formidable nether moon mental power and gathered it in his palm. Then he extended it into the soul creation heavenly cauldron and grabbed the soul of the black dragon assassin. The soul is black. It is like a ball of mist. It struggled in Qin Yun's hand. The nether moon mental power in Qin Yun's palm has a very strong suction force. It can firmly grab the powerful soul in his palm. Then he poured out a drop of soul lost dew from the small bottle and dripped it on the struggling soul. When the soul lost dew touched the soul, it immediately flashed with white light. The black dragon assassin's soul immediately turned white. After Qin Yun loosened his hand, the soul slowly floated in the air. It looks like an empty soul without any consciousness. Qin Yun can use Gemini Heavenly Rune and Nether Sun's duplication ability to duplicate soul loss dew. Although the quantity is very low, it is enough to deal with some rather stubborn souls. There aren't many opportunities to see me use the soul lost ambrosia. You should have seen it just now, right? After your companion's soul was dripped with the soul lost ambrosia, he immediately lost consciousness. Everything in his soul was erased. Qin Yun waved his hand. It is as if he is swatting a ball of mist as he swatted the white soul. This caused those black dragon assassins to shiver from head to toe. Boom! Qin Yun attacked very suddenly. He ruthlessly smashed down on a black dragon assassin with his rod. After his body exploded, he grabbed the soul and then used soul lost dew to erase his memory. There are 3 black dragon assassins left. They're all shivering in fear. They have never felt this kind of fear before. Qin Yun once again smashed the body of the 3rd black dragon assassin. After grabbing the soul, he quickly used soul lost dew. The remaining 2 black dragon assassins are now filled with fear, especially after seeing their companion's body explode one by one and their memory erased. Now will be their turn very soon. At this moment, they finally know why this Qin Yun could cause so many troubles in the gods desolate, provoke so many enemies, and still live well. It is because he is simply a devil. Boom! Qin Yun killed 4 black dragon assassins and erased the memories of their souls. Now there's only 1 black dragon assassin left. Moreover, he is a 7 dragon head assassin. He He is the leader of this assassin squad. All right, tell me, who sent you to kill me? Qin Yun controlled the 4 white souls and made them float around the 7 dragon head assassin's head. It was you, Lun Hui, who sent us. Don't kill me. I will tell you everything. This black dragon assassin has been thoroughly intimidated. You, the Lun Hui? Qin Yun took out the devil mirror and showed the 3 ancient clan elders in front of the black dragon assassin. Which one? Qin Yun asked. The one in the middle, the black dragon assassin said. Qin Yun looked at the devil mirror. He has some impression of this old man. His beard is a bit long. He is of medium height. He looks very benevolent. Qin Yun did not expect that they would send black dragon assassins to kill him. What is you Lun Hui's position in you ancient clan? Are you his subordinates? Qin Yun asked. His position in you ancient clan is not low. He is also very strong. He has a black dragon command in his hand. He can mobilize 10 black dragon assassins. He had previously called 4 black dragon assassins to kill you, but they failed in their mission and even got into trouble. This 7 dragon head assassin told Qin Yun about the fate of the 4 black dragon assassins. Before, more than 10 mysterious experts suddenly appeared. How much does your you ancient clan know about this? Qin Yun asked. I only know that these mysterious experts are from the same era as our you ancient clan. Divine King, don't kill me. You are the Divine King. You must keep your word. This 7 dragon head assassin is truly afraid. Although those black dragon assassins were killed by Lun Hui, their souls are still there. And if they fall into Qin Yun's hands, they will be killed. I won't kill you. Qin Yun laughed, then released a super gravity that locked the 7 dragon head assassin in place. You? The black dragon assassin wanted to struggle, but his body is being suppressed by the inscription Fungus Mother's sealing formation and also the super gravity. He is unable to move. Qin Yun dripped the soul lost dew into the head of the black dragon assassin and erased the memories of his soul. In just a short period of time, the 7 dragon head assassin became a walking corpse. Through the heavenly puppet inscription spirit, Qin Yun quickly drew a set of heavenly puppet runes and inserted them into the body of the 7 dragon head assassin. The 7 dragon head assassin also became Qin Yun's puppet. He can easily control them. This guy's strength is pretty good. If I release him in a critical moment, the result will be very good. Qin Yun stored the puppet and the inscription Fungus Mother and flew towards Yushang Yun. After the inscription Fungus Mother is stored away, it will turn into a large blue mushroom. This is something that Mo and Little Queen Ant like very much. They often sit on it and play. Qin Yun looked at the 9-Sun Divine Soul. He saw that Mo and others are playing with the inscription Fungus Mother and said with smile, "This inscription Fungus Mother is very awesome. If not for it, it would be very difficult for me to deal with those black dragon assassins." Xiaoyan, do you think this inscription Fungus Mother is a kind of bloodline heavenly rune? Or maybe it is embryonic form of bloodline heavenly rune, otherwise it would not be so strong. Ling Yuner said, It might be. Let's wait and see. With Mo here, she can help this inscription Fungus Mother evolve. Qin Yun is suddenly very much looking forward to how far this inscription Fungus Mother can grow in the future. Qin Yun is holding the soul-chasing talisman. He wants to find Yushang Yun and see what they are doing. Then he will ask about the situation here. Ancient Yu clan is mysterious and formidable. Qin Yun did not expect that there would be a colossus that existed at the same time as Ancient Yu clan. Those dozens of mysterious experts. Maybe they were lured here by Ancient Yu clan. Ancient Yu clan saw that there are monkey dragon race and tree dragon race here. They can't beat them. So they called other strong races to come and create chaos here. Then they can take the opportunity to find the thing they want in heaven's mandate holy land. Qin Yun cursed in low voice. If it is really like this, then these old guys from Ancient Yu clan are truly evil. I must find Imperial Demon Yao and ask clearly. Chapter 2677. The tree dragon race and the monkey dragon race are already powerful enough, but these two races are only the left and right arms of the strongest dragon race. If the strongest dragon race were to come into being, it would definitely shake heaven and earth. More and more things have happened in heavenly divine desolate recently. Qin Yun flew in the sky and looked at the large craters below. Those are the places where the crystal-level giant trees used to be. After those crystal-level giant trees evolved into tree dragons, they all entered the heavenly fate dragon lake. Then he looked at the 50,000th universe godson and felt that there was something wrong with this 5th universe godson day. Let's find Sister Shang Yun and the others first. Ling Yun said, "The heavenly fate Holy Land was fine before, but I didn't expect it to become like this. What a pity. The big trees here are all tree dragons. After they finished evolving, they naturally had to leave. It was originally going to be like this." Qin Yun said, "The entire heavenly fate Holy Land is now filled with huge holes left behind by the tree dragons after they evolved and left." Ling Yun said, "What are the tree dragons doing in the heavenly fate dragon lake? Don't tell me they want to go in and drink the lake water and then continue to lay eggs?" When Qin Yun thought of this, he could not help but shiver. There were many tree dragons to begin with. If there was another wave, it would be too scary. He shook his head and no longer thought about it. He only knew that in the future, the dragon race will occupy a large part of the heavenly divine desolate. The dragon race will also be one of the strongest races in the heavenly divine desolate. Qin Yun only felt that it was getting harder and harder for humans to survive. It all depended on whether or not the Myriad Realms Divine Court had enough power to maintain order. Otherwise, the weak humans would become the target of other races bullying and humiliating. Qin Yun pinched the soul-chasing talisman. The light it emitted became stronger and stronger, indicating that Shang Yun is nearby. Could she be flying towards me? Qin Yun is secretly alarmed. Sure enough, he saw a black dot appear in the distant sky. It is Shang Yun, who is completely wrapped in black armor. She came alone. Qin Yun thought that Shang Yun would bring the women from the Divine Moon Clan with her. Under normal circumstances, Shang Yun would be together with the Divine Moon women. "Qin Yun, how are Yao Xue and the others?" Shang Yun quickly met up with Qin Yun. "They're still sleeping. Don't worry, their situation is gradually getting better." Qin Yun frowned and asked, "Where did you go before? Are you by yourself?" "I'll have Luo take them away from the Destiny Sacred Land. This place will become more and more dangerous." Shang Yun looked into the distance and said, "Qin Yun, you'd better leave as well." Qin Yun said with a smile, "How can that do? I still owe Grandmother Tree Dragon an egg. I'm going to talk to her about this." Shang Yun pointed at the 5th divine son and said, "During the few days you were in seclusion, a 5th divine son suddenly appeared. Does it have anything to do with you?" "How could this have anything to do with me?" Qin Yun was surprised. Although he said that, when he heard Shang Yun's question, he suddenly felt that it might be related to him. This was because every time he broke through a major realm in the past, it would always cause a huge phenomenon in the world. This time, when he stepped into the Divine Sky Lord realm, a Myriad Realms Divine Son appeared. Thinking about it carefully, it was very likely that it had something to do with him. This Myriad Realms Divine Son is very weak. I wonder what's wrong with it. I thought it was something you did in closed-door training." Shang Yun said, "Are you here to look for me?" Qin Yun looked around and said, "I was cultivating in seclusion inside the 9-sun heaven raising pagoda. I didn't expect so many things to happen outside. Those Sun-in divine race bastards just left me there and didn't attack me. It's really strange. Of course, they attacked your 9-sun heaven raising pagoda, but after the 5th divine son appeared, an energy barrier appeared outside the 9-sun heaven raising pagoda. They couldn't do anything to your pagoda and couldn't shake it in the slightest." Shang Yun said, "Don't you know?" Qin Yun really didn't know. When he came out, he carefully inspected the 9-sun heaven raising pagoda. There was not a single trace of it. "How could this be? I didn't even sense it." Qin Yun said with a smile, "It seems like the more Myriad Realms Divine Son there are, the more benefits it will bring me." Shang Yun said, "I'm going to find Long Shu, that Grandmother Tree Dragon. I made an appointment with her. I'll go find her again." Previously, she went to send Luo Yao Feng and the others out. Many strong races have appeared here. Even though Mu Jin, Li Shuang, and the others are very strong, if they continue to stay here, it will become more and more dangerous. Oh, that's right. Where is Yao Yao? Qin Yun asked. His expression also became grave. She went to find her elders. Many people from her Yu ancient clan also came. Her father also came. Yu Shangyun saw Qin Yun's expression and realized that Qin Yun has an important matter to discuss with Yu Yao Yao. That Yu Luan Hui is an elder of the Yu ancient clan. It's this guy who sent Black Dragon assassins to find me. This damned bastard. Qin Yun cursed in low voice. I must kill him. What? The Black Dragon assassins came here to kill you? Yu Shangyun's voice also became somewhat cold. After all, someone is threatening Qin Yun. She knew that those Black Dragon assassins are very strong. If not for Yu Luan Hui holding their lifeline, even Yu Luan Hui might not be able to suppress them. Qin Yun nodded and said, I came out of the Nine-Sun Heaven-Raising Pagoda and was just about to go find you when I was surrounded and attacked by 5 Black Dragon assassins. Then are you all right? Yu Shangyun immediately grabbed Qin Yun's hand. She wants to check a situation. From what she can see, Qin Yun cannot defeat 5 Black Dragon assassins. I'm fine, I killed them, Qin Yun said with a smile. Seeing Yu Shangyun care about him so much, his heart feels warm. You broke through? Yu Shangyun said in amazement. She tightly grabbed Qin Yun's hand. She can sense a weak divine, heavenly power within his body. Qin Yun said with a smile, I broke through. It was not easy to break through. Next, I will have to cultivate those divine Tao heavenly cores. I have 10 divine Tao heavenly cores to cultivate. It will be a long road. Let's go. We will go find Long Shu. Yu Shangyun pulled Qin Yun and immediately flew towards the Heaven Fate Dragon Lake. She said, Tree Dragon Race and Monkey Dragon Race are now at the Heaven Fate Dragon Lake. Oh, that's right. Long Tianyin and Wang Haoyue are at different places. What are they looking for? Qin Yun followed Yu Shangyun and flew towards the Heaven Fate Dragon Lake. Many dragons from the Nine-Sun Dragon race have arrived. Long Tianyin and Long Zhilan are with their race's elders. Wang Haoyue also brought Yun Yue to join the Nine-Sun Dragon race. And Divine Judge and the others will eventually go to the Heaven Fate Dragon Lake. Yu Shangyun said. Qin Yun looked at Ancestor God's son and asked again, So you're saying that Nine-Sun Heavenly Lion race and Nine-Sun Tiger race have arrived? They did not come, but Violent Sun Tiger Emperor and Zao came with Divine Judge. Yu Shangyun said, Devil Dragon race and Nine-Sun Dragon race are together. Although this is the first time they met, their relationship is very harmonious. I truly didn't expect that the Devil Dragon race would not be as rumored. Qin Yun's brows are tightly creased. His eyes are filled with worry. What are you worried about? Yu Shangyun sensed his worry and asked. What are you worried about? Yu Shangyun sensed his worry and asked. I'm afraid that Nine-Sun Dragon race, Sun Dragon race, and Devil Dragon race will join hands and fight against the Heaven Fate Dragon Lake. Do you think that's possible? Qin Yun said. Impossible. The Demon Dragon Heavenly Clan helped the Monkey King and Long Shu. Yu Shangyun sighed with emotion and said, I can foresee that not long from now, the Dragon race will be unified. Maybe even the variant Dragon race will be unified. After the Dragon race is unified, they will become the first super powerful race in the Divine Desolate. Qin Yun tightly held Yu Shangyun's hand and said in low voice, If this is truly the case, then Ancient Yu Clan and many other powerful races will form an alliance to fight against the Dragon race. This is inevitable. When the time comes, our Divine Moon Clan will stand on the Dragon race's side. Yu Shangyun said, Qin Yun, Nine-Sun Divine Palace will join the Dragon race, right? Nine-Sun Divine Palace has a Dragon Palace. This will also strengthen their relationship. Qin Yun nodded and said, White Commander will arrange everything. I don't need to worry. From high up in the sky, they can already see a translucent divine power energy wave floating in the distance. It is coming from the Heaven Fate Dragon Lake. When Qin Yun arrived at the Heaven Fate Dragon Lake, he did not sense this kind of energy wave. Back then, he released his Heavenly Eye clone. It is impossible for him not to sense it. This means that the Heaven Fate Dragon Lake has undergone a great transformation during this period of time. Qingyun, what's going on with Long Shu's egg? You must return it to her. It seems very important to her. Yu Shangyun said, I'm afraid I can't return it, but I will use other things to make up for it. That egg is a bloodline heavenly rune. I have already refined it into a divine Tao heavenly pill. Qin Yun sighed. I and Long Shu have not known each other for long, but our relationship can be considered good. I will do my best to help you convince her. This is the only way. Yu Shangyun is extremely shocked after learning that the egg is a bloodline heavenly rune and has been refined into a divine Tao heavenly pill by Qin Yun. Qin Yun only wants to quickly find Long Sulin, the dragon tree fairy. With her here, it might be even easier to deal with. Yao Yao is also at the Heaven Fate Dragon Lake. Could it be that Ancient Yu clan is also there? Yu Shangyun said in low voice. Those dozen or so mysterious experts, which clan are they from? Are they beasts? Qin Yun asked. They are not beasts, but they say they are not human race. I learned from Yao Yao that they are the same as Ancient Yu clan. They have existed since the same time period and are mainly active in other god realms. Yu Shangyun said. Qin Yun wants to find Yu Luanhui. Yu Luanhui has sent out 2 groups of black dragon assassins. It means he does not want to let him off. Since that is the case, Qin Yun must get rid of Yu Luanhui. Otherwise, he will be harassed endlessly in the future. You want to kill Yu Luanhui? Yu Shangyun can guess what Qin Yun is thinking. Now that so many people know that I have many bloodline heavenly runes, plus I have the Divine King heavenly seal, they will surely want to rob me. Qin Yun said in cold voice, I must get rid of Yu Luanhui, not only for revenge. I also want to tell Ancient Yu clan and other powerful races that I, Qin Yun, am a divine king. Chapter 2678. After all, Yu Luanhui is from Ancient Yu clan. Moreover, he is a senior. Now there are many Ancient Yu clan people in Heaven's Mandate Sacred Land. It won't be easy for Qin Yun to kill Yu Luanhui. When you attack, you better inform me first. Yu Shangyun said. She is also worried that Qin Yun won't be able to defeat Yu Luanhui. Don't worry, I will find the best opportunity to strike. Qin Yun doesn't want Yu Shangyun to get involved. If she is exposed, then Ancient Yu clan will target Divine Moon clan. Another thing is that when he attacks Yu Luanhui, he will have to judge whether it is suitable or not. If there are many Ancient Yu clan people nearby, it will be a strenuous and unrewarding task. Qin Yun released Heavenly Eye Clone and quickly flew towards the sky. He could see the White Heaven's Mandate Dragon Lake. The Heaven's Mandate Dragon Lake is very calm. The lake water is still pure white. But Qin Yun found out that the Heaven's Mandate Dragon Lake is very different from before. A transparent mist is rising from the tranquil white lake water. The mist rose to the sky and formed a transparent energy wave. Also, it is the divine power wave that Qin Yun and Yu Shangyun saw not long ago. They don't know what the divine power wave is used for. They also can't sense any powerful aura. They only feel that it is very strange. The mist rising from the Heaven's Mandate Dragon Lake can penetrate through the barrier and go very high up in the sky. At this moment, there were circles of transparent ripples in the sky. One had to look very carefully to see the strange waves of divine power. What is that? Qin Yun released his mental power and tried very hard to probe, but he can't sense anything. I suspect that it is a wave that is gathering the dragon race. It is spreading to the entire God Desolate, even to the other god realms and the vast starry sky. Yu Shangyun guessed. If that is the case, doesn't it mean that a large number of dragon race will rush to this place? Qin Yun took a deep breath. Munyue Shangyun said to Qin Yun, use that space shuttle movement technique and quickly fly to the center of the Heaven's Mandate Dragon Lake. We need to quickly meet Long Shu and Monkey King and ask them about the situation. If all the dragon race is about to gather here, we need to be prepared. There are many dragon race, all kinds of dragons and dragon beasts. Once they gather here, conflict is unavoidable. Qin Yun, and Yu Shangyun did not want to be involved. Qin Yun immediately used the transcending void step and charged towards the center of the heavenly Fate Dragon Lake with Yu Shangyun. Out in the middle of the Heaven's Fate Dragon Lake, there was an island formed by a huge black turtle shell. And under the Destiny Dragon Lake, there were still many tree dragons. The group of tree dragons hiding at the bottom of the lake was very likely absorbing the lake water to increase their strength. Many of the monkey dragons of the monkey dragon race were currently playing in the lake. They did not seem to be nervous at all. To be able to play at such a time was truly the nature of monkeys. There were no monkey dragons or tree dragons on the huge black turtle shell, but there were monkey dragons playing in the lake near the turtle shell island. Qin Yun and Yu Shangyun landed on the tortoise shell. Several monkey dragons jumped out of the water. They recognized Qin Yun and Yu Shangyun. "Big brother Yun, you're not dead? We all thought you were dead." The monkey dragon laughed. "We've heard about you. You're really awesome. You're actually the little divine king." "Who said I'm dead?" Qin Yun asked with a smile. "An old man from a Yu ancient clan said it. He said you're done for very soon." The monkey dragon said, "That old man is called reincarnation or something. He's a very dreadful old guy." Qin Yun and Yu Shangyun looked at each other. They did not expect that Yulun Hui would go around saying that he is dead. He must be very confident in those black dragon assassins. That's why he dared to go around saying this. "Where is he?" Yu Shangyun asked. "He passed by here not long ago. Our king came out to talk with him, and then he left," the monkey dragon said. At this time, a majestic monkey dragon suddenly appeared from the hole in the middle of the turtle shell. It is precisely the Monkey King. "Qin Yun, we all thought you were dead." After the monkey dragon saw Qin Yun, it said in shock and then looked at Yu Shangyun. "Did Yulun Hui tell you? Did this guy tell you how I died?" Qin Yun walked over with a smile. The Monkey King nodded and said, "He came here before and told me to tell Granny Tree Dragon that you were killed and her egg is gone. He also said that you were killed by the law enforcers." "That damned old guy. I came out of the Nine Sun Heaven-Raising Pagoda. I did not meet anyone from the law enforcers. Why did he lie to us?" The Monkey King chose to believe Qin Yun because his monkey dragon race was once attacked by the black dragon assassins. Yu Shangyun said, "He wants to take the egg for himself, and he doesn't want you to suspect that he killed Qin Yun." Another person flew out from the hole in the turtle shell. It is Long Shu. She is wearing tree bark clothes and holding a wooden staff. After she came out, she quickly tied up her brown hair and let it hang in front of her chest. Her bright and moving eyes stared at Qin Yun and sized him up. Although her beautiful face has a gentle smile, Qin Yun can feel that she is accumulating divine power. Long Shu is still very vigilant because in the past 2 or 3 days, she has heard many things about Qin Yun. She can't tell what kind of person Qin Yun is from what she heard, so she is very vigilant against him. "Hello, Granny, Tree Dragon. I am Qin Yun." Qin Yun politely greeted. "Just call me Long Shu. You are someone even older than me." "Calling me Granny Tree Dragon, isn't that making me very old?" Long Shu laughed heartily, revealing her beautiful white teeth. Her smile is very beautiful. "That, your egg, I won't return it to you." Qin Yun is somewhat embarrassed and also quite guilty. He sighed and said, "That egg was refined by me. I'm sorry." The Monkey King is startled. Then he opened his eyes wide and looked at Long Shu. He suddenly became very nervous, afraid that a fight might break out. "Is that so? Then forget it. But I lost an egg. You have to compensate me." Long Shu said very casually, "Granny, that is your egg." The Monkey King said in shock, "It should be very important to you, right?" Even the Monkey King doesn't know the situation of the egg. He only knows that it is very important to Long Shu. Qin Yun had heard from Long Sulin that it was a dead egg. At this moment, he could see a sly smile in Long Shu's eyes. He felt that he might be ruthlessly slaughtered by this Granny Tree Dragon. Of course, it's very important, but this is the little divine king. I think he has no intention of taking away my egg. Seeing that he looks pretty good, I'll give him a chance as long as he compensates me for my losses. Long Shu squinted her eyes and chuckled. Qin Yun said with a smile, "Thank you for your understanding. As long as I, Qin Yun, can afford it, I will definitely compensate you. Shu walked to Qin Yun's side, then looked at Yu Shangyun and said with a chuckle, Sister Shangyun, you don't mind if I touch him, right? What do I mind? If you want to touch him, just ask him. Yu Shangyun was startled and replied, I'm afraid you'll be jealous. Long Shu giggled a few times, then grabbed Qin Yun's hand and stroked his palm back and forth. What can I be jealous about? He and I are just friends. Yu Shangyun never expected that this granny tree dragon would be able to see through so many things. Dragon Shu smiled without saying a word. She became even more daring. She even reached her hand under Qin Yun's clothes and pressed it on his heart. It has been many years since Qin Yun has been taken advantage of like this. Furthermore, it was in front of so many people. The Monkey King is also watching from the side with a face full of astonishment. Give me a vat of blood, and then give me 10 boxes of top-quality, elegant smoke. This way we will be even. Long Shu spoke, and also took out a large jade white vat. This vat is half the height of a person. It is also quite big. No problem. Qin Yun straightforwardly agreed. He also heaved a sigh of relief in his heart. It's just a vat of blood. It's nothing to him. Those 10 boxes of elegant smoke are even simpler. He first took out 10 boxes of elegant smoke and handed them to Long Shu. Long Shu immediately took out 2 and gave one to Monkey King. Then she lit one for herself and started smoking. The way she smokes is quite enchanting. At the same time, it doesn't lose her wild and domineering nature. Qin Yun stretched out his hands and forced out a large amount of blood from his wrist. Voila! His blood suddenly sprayed out and attacked the large vat. His blood is red and blue. Moreover, it is very dense, flickering with blue light. When it fell into the large vat, it began to boil, and a very strong blood energy surged out. Long Shu waved her hand and released many root hairs. Those root hairs transformed into runes and wrapped around the large jade white vat, preventing the blood energy from soaring to the sky. You are an inscription master? Qin Yun said in amazement. Indeed, I was born one. We will have a chance to discuss this in the future. Long Shu said with a smile. Your blood is truly formidable. I truly could not see through it earlier. Long Shu, what do you want his blood for? Yu Shangyun asked curiously. His blood is very special. I want to cultivate it. Long Shu earnestly said. When he drank the lake water, not only did he not give birth to a small monster, instead his body became stronger. A human who can accomplish this kind of thing is truly worthy of being called a young divine king. Monkey King nodded and said, Even if it is me, after drinking the lake water, an egg will condense in my abdomen. I'm also unable to transform the egg's energy to temper my body. Then how did you get your egg out? Did you poop it out? Qin Yun, who is currently letting out blood, has a bewildered expression. Then he looked at Long Shu and asked, We have a special medicinal liquid. After smearing it on your hand, it will allow your hand to pass through your abdomen and take out the egg. The egg is so big. How can you poop it out? Monkey King said with a smile. Dragon Long Shu pinched Qin Yun's arm and asked, How did you transform the embryo condensation energy into your body? Moreover, you are still suffering from pain. We don't feel any pain after drinking the lake water, but we are still unable to do it. This is very complicated. Maybe only I can do it. Qin Yun earnestly replied, Because it is related to my cultivation method. Chapter 2679. Qin Yun was taken aback by the question. He had never thought of this question. I never tried it. I don't know. Qin Yun shook his head. Long Shu saw that the large vat is almost full and promptly said, It's done. She took out the lid and covered the mouth of the vat. Then, she put the vat away and said with a smile, You've let out so much blood. Are you all right? I'm fine. My blood production speed is very fast. Qin Yun is truly fine. At most, he only lost 20 to 30% of his blood essence. Long Shu, is the heaven's fate dragon lake releasing an energy wave towards the sky? Yu Shangyun looked at the sky and said, We discovered on the way here, the commotion is not small. Do you know what's going on? The heaven's fate dragon lake is summoning all the dragon race. As long as they have dragon bloodline, they can enter the Heaven's Fate Dragon Lake after entering the Heaven's Fate Holy Land. Long Shu said, soaking in the Heaven's Fate Dragon Lake can make the dragon blood even stronger. When all the dragon race come here, even if they don't want to follow the Heavenly Dragon Emperor, they can still enter the Heaven's Fate Dragon Lake. Monkey King said, Heavenly Dragon Emperor? Is it the clan emperor of the strongest dragon race? Qin Yun said in alarm. When will this strongest dragon race appear? Monkey King and Long Shu looked at each other and shook their heads. We also don't know. In short, they will surely come out from the Heaven's Fate Dragon Lake. We also hope that the strongest dragon race will come out soon. Otherwise, we will be under great pressure. Long Shu said with sigh. Monkey King said, according to our speculation, the Heavenly Dragon Race will come out when all the dragon race come. Is Ancient Yu Clan trying to stop your dragon race's unification? If that is the case, there will be a great war. Yushang Yun asked. Monkey King and Long Shu's expression gradually became grave. This is also something they are very worried about. Qin Yin took out the destroyed Dragon Peach Divine Tree and said with sigh, such a good tree was destroyed just like that. It should be able to grow back, right? Otherwise, it would be too much of a pity. Who did this? You are just going to endure it? This tree is very big and very heavy. After Qin Yin released the Dragon Peach Divine Tree, the entire tortoise shell island sank a lot. It was obvious how heavy it was. Because it was so big and heavy, the Monkey King and Long Shu could only leave it there. Even if the tree was cut into two, they couldn't move a single part. However, Qin Yin was actually able to easily store it into a spatial treasure and release it very easily. This gave Long Shu and the Monkey King a fright. The life force of the tree is very strong. It can definitely be reborn. Long Shu immediately went over and caressed the Dragon Peach tree. Qin Yin, thank you so much. We wanted to move here a long time ago, but it took a lot of effort. The Monkey King is truly grateful to Qin Yin. He said, the guy who cut down the divine tree comes from a very mysterious and powerful race. I will definitely find him and take revenge. Yes. Qin Yin waved his hand and said, no need to thank me. I thought I would be able to eat the Dragon Peach after coming out of seclusion. I never expected so many things to happen. I'll leave some for you. As the Monkey King spoke, he took out more than 20 large Dragon Peaches. These Dragon Peaches are completely red. Moreover, there are many dragon runes on their surface. They look very mystical. Qin Yin expressed his thanks and took them. He only left a few for himself. The rest were given to Yang Yang and Mo. He quickly finished eating one. The taste is very good, very fragrant and sweet. This made him sigh again because the Dragon Peach Divine Tree is gone. All right, can this peach core grow a Dragon Peach Divine Tree? Qin Yin asked. It can, but it is very difficult. It requires meticulous care. To germinate, it will take tens of thousands of years. The Monkey King said, this peach core is very hard. We haven't been able to break it even now. We don't know what's inside. Qin Yin opened his heavenly eye to take a look and discovered in astonishment that there are rice grain-sized light specks inside the peach core. Although they're very small, he guessed that they are formed from energy. And now Long Shu has also finished piecing the Dragon Peach Divine Tree together and erected it. Under her control, the roots of the Dragon Peach Divine Tree flickered with white light and penetrated the thick tortoise shell and took root on the tortoise shell island. All right, in a few more days, it should be able to recover, Long Shu said with a smile. Little monkey, I already said that it would be best if the Dragon Peach Divine Tree was with me. You just wouldn't listen. Qin Yin is currently studying the peach core in his hand and told Yang Yang and others not to throw it away. At this time, Yushang Yun also returned the little jade rabbit to Qin Yin. This is Mo's little friend. Back then, Qin Yin gave her to Yushang Yun so that she could cure the poison. After the little jade rabbit returned, she happily ate the Dragon Peach with Mo, and others. Young Divine King, can you break open the peach core's outer shell? We also want to know what's inside. Long Shu saw Qin Yin earnestly studying the peach core and asked softly, There is energy stored inside. That energy has been compressed to the size of a rice grain. It's really strange. Why is there such a dangerous thing inside the peach core? Qin Yun vigorously pinched the peach core. The outer shell is indeed very hard. Really? That dragon peach divine tree is formed from a part of the bloodline heavenly rune. If it's really like this, then it's not strange at all. Long Shu said. Oh, that's right. What's with that egg of yours? From what I can see, it is a complete bloodline heavenly rune. Qin Yun said. That's why it's very important to me. But since you obtained it, it can be considered your good fortune. Me and the little monkey were born because of bloodline heavenly rune. We are very clear that having bloodline heavenly rune is not something that can be forced. Long Shu said with smile. Then why do you want a vat of my blood? Qin Yun curled his lips and said, the egg in my stomach is formed from my blood. It's very fair to exchange it for a vat of your blood. Long Shu said with charming smile. Qin Yun thought about how to open the peach core. He released the 9-sun heaven-raising pagoda and said, I want to go into seclusion and open the peach core. This is the first time the dragon peach divine tree bore fruit, but not long after it bore fruit. It was uprooted and cut down. Luckily, it has recovered now. The Monkey King also gave Qin Yun many peach cores. They were all collected by the monkey dragons after they finished eating them. Not long after Qin Yun entered the 9-sun heaven-raising pagoda, dragon roars could be heard from all around. At this time, the divine judge, Xia Wufeng, heavenly ghost ancestor, and others landed on the tortoise-shell island. They are here. The Monkey King's expression is grave as he said in deep voice. All the dragon race are outside the barrier. Long Shu nodded and said, Little monkey, we will remove the barrier of heaven's mandate, holy land. Let them enter heaven's mandate, holy land. Yu Shangyun said, after removing the barrier, the devil mirror can be used. This will also make it convenient for us to make arrangements. Moreover, we will let the people of all heaven's divine desolate know about the situation here. The divine judge said. Long Shu and the Monkey King's body suddenly overflowed with many rays of light, then converged into many runes. Those runes transformed into dragons, rushed towards all direction, and then disappeared without a trace. The barrier of heaven's mandate, holy land, is actually connected to them. Now that the barrier has been removed, it means that anyone can enter. Not long after the barrier was removed, dreadful dragon power rushed over from all direction. The earth shook and the sky resounded with dragon roars. A burst of gale accompanied by dragon roars swept over. Many dragon race people have already entered the heaven's mandate holy land and rushed towards the heaven's mandate dragon lake. The divine judge, Xia Wufeng, and others also posted the news on the devil mirror, informing the all heaven's divine desolate that the dragon race is about to be unified. Devil Dragon Heavenly Clan's devil dragons have transformed into incomparably huge black and red dragons. They are patrolling the sky above the heaven's mandate holy land like guardians. 9 Sun Dragon Clan and Sun Dragon Clan's powerful dragons have also transformed into huge dragons. Just like the Devil Dragon Heavenly Clan, they are guarding the heaven's mandate holy land. It looks like they are welcoming the dragon race into their holy land. All heaven's divine desolate's great era is about to give birth to a super strong race. Xia Wufeng looked at the gale and sand surging over from the distance. It is a group of huge elephants covered in dragon scales. Aren't there tree dragons below the heaven's mandate dragon lake? Yu Shangyun asked. The heaven's mandate dragon lake is very deep. It is like a world. It is enough to contain the dragon race. Long Shu is very excited and also somewhat nervous. Qin Yun can sense the commotion outside from inside the 9-sun heaven-raising pagoda. He only occasionally looks outside or looks at the devil mirror. He believes that the dragon peach's core is the most valuable part of the dragon peach. Otherwise, it would not be so hard. There are many runes on the surface of the dragon peach. They must be formed by bloodline heavenly rune. Qin Yun took out the myriad heaven divine saber and fused the bloodline heavenly rune box with it. He firmly held the myriad heaven divine saber and unleashed Imperial Heaven Divine Power. The saber suddenly blossomed with blue light. A saber with bloodline heavenly rune should be able to cut it open. The reason why it is hard is because the bloodline heavenly rune is on the surface of the peach. Qin Yun is now using the myriad heaven divine saber as a tool to carve runes. He poured in Imperial Heaven Divine Power and condensed blood spirit power to cut open the bloodline heavenly rune on the peach's surface. After the saber touched the peach's core, it very easily cut open. Success! Qin Yun very happily shouted. After cutting open the peach's core, there is a red thing inside. It is the size of a rice grain. Qin Yun placed it on his palm and carefully observed it. He said in amazement, "The energy inside is truly dreadful. This thing must have great destructive power. How do I detonate it?" Ling Yuner asked. It should also require bloodline heavenly rune to make this thing react. Qin Yun very carefully cut open the peach's core because he is worried that he might accidentally cut open the energy. Should I try it here? Qin Yun very much wants to give it a try, but he is worried that the power will be too great and damage the nine-sun heaven-raising pagoda. He feels that if he uses the myriad heaven divine saber to cut open the energy, it will explode. But this is very risky. He will surely be hit by the explosion. Fuse the bloodline heavenly rune box with the divine king spear and then shoot it out. Ling Yuner said with smile, "This should work, right?" Chapter 2680. Using bloodline heavenly rune to form a flame is very difficult for Qin Yun because he doesn't know much about the bloodline heavenly rune box, or perhaps he doesn't know much about it. All he could do now was fuse a bloodline heavenly pattern box with a myriad divine blade. That's right. Since the bloodline heavenly pattern box has fused with the divine saber, doesn't that mean the flames I release are bloodline heavenly pattern flames? Qin Yun looked at the myriad heaven divine saber in his hand. Then, he hurriedly used his Imperial Heaven Divine Power to condense into flames and injected them into the myriad heaven divine saber. Although the flames surged out of the blade, they weren't formed by the bloodline heavenly pattern box. He had already transformed his Imperial Divine Power into flames a long time ago. After injecting it into the divine blade, this naturally didn't count. You need to use your divine power to stimulate the bloodline heavenly pattern box to release its flames. Only then will it be considered a bloodline heavenly pattern fire. Ling Yun said, "Xiao Yun, although you are unable to open the box now, you could try injecting a large amount of divine power into it. Then how do I make the box release flames? Only those with fire-attributed bloodline heavenly patterns can release flames." Qin Yun has a pile of bloodline heavenly pattern boxes, but he doesn't know what attribute the bloodline heavenly pattern inside is. The boxes of the White Sun Elf clan and the Purple Sun Elf clan are related to the two divine suns. Do you think the bloodline heavenly runes inside these two boxes can stimulate the White Sun Divine Fire and the Purple Sun Divine Fire? Asked Ling Yuner. I just happen to have Xinyu Ziyang and Bai Xinyang. I can pour the divine power within the divine universe Violet Sun into the box and release it. Qin Yun suddenly became excited. He immediately took out a purplish-red box. There are many vein-like runes on the surface of the box. It flickered with radiance. One of the pearls of the nine-sun divine spirit on his wrist began to emit purple light. Divine universe, Purple Sun's divine power, is frantically rushing out and pouring into Qin Yun's wrist before being sent out through his palm. The purple bloodline heavenly pattern box was in Qin Yun's hand. It was greedily absorbing the divine cosmos Purple Sun's divine power. Qin Yun transferred the bloodline heavenly pattern box for 2 hours, but the box only released a relatively strong purple light without any other reaction. What's going on? This box can eat too much. Qin Yun is very alarmed. One must know that the amount of divine universe Purple Sun power he released in 2 hours is extremely large. However, after the box absorbed all of it, there was not much of a reaction. This made Qin Yun feel incredulous. Could it be that the bloodline heavenly rune inside the box hasn't absorbed any energy in a long time? Let's continue and see. Qin Yun could only continue trying. This is the first time he seriously studied the Bloodline Heavenly Pattern box. There were no results yet, but Qin Yun was still rather excited. If he could successfully create the Bloodline Heavenly Rune Flame, he could fuse with the Peach Pits and quickly refine them into the God King Spear. His God King Spear really needed to be upgraded, otherwise he would not be able to shoot out stronger bullets. Especially now, there were more and more powerful beings in the Gods Desolate. Be it humans or beasts, they were all benefiting from the various resources that had descended upon this great era. Their cultivations were rising very quickly. After several hours, the Bloodline Heavenly Pattern box finally reacted. A purplish-red mist leaked out of the box. The mist was actually cool and not a scorching flame. This left Qin Yun rather disappointed. "Wait," Ling Yun hastily said. "Xiao Yun, this might not necessarily not be a flame. After all, it is a flame released by Bloodline Heavenly Pattern. Maybe it is different from the flame we commonly see." This purple Bloodline Heavenly Pattern box came from the Purple Sun Fairy race. It could be said that it gave birth to the Purple Sun Fairy race's Bloodline Heavenly Pattern. This means that this box has some relation with the divine space Purple Sun, otherwise it wouldn't be able to absorb the divine power of the divine space Purple Sunday. Xiao Yun, I think that Bloodline Heavenly Pattern is the most primitive rune, or the most primitive form of energy. Many runes nowadays might have originated from this kind of Bloodline Heavenly Pattern. Ling Yun guessed. In other words, Bloodline Heavenly Pattern doesn't have two obvious attributes. And attribute characteristics are formed after birth. Qin Yun looked at the purple Bloodline Heavenly Pattern box in his hand and sank into deep thought. Ling Yun also came out. She touched the Bloodline Heavenly Pattern box and said with a smile, "Why don't you think about that egg? Monkey Dragon race and Tree Dragon race were born because of that Bloodline Heavenly Pattern box." Qin Yun said in amazement, "Don't tell me that Bloodline Heavenly Pattern is Dragon Bloodline? That is why the Heavenly Fate Dragon Lake appeared? I suspect that the Bloodline Heavenly Pattern came into contact with trees and monkeys. That is why Monkey Dragon race and Tree Dragon race were born. The strongest dragon race is most likely born from the ancestral dragon bloodline inside the box." Ling Yun said. Qin Yun said with frown, "Bloodline Heavenly Pattern is the most primitive form of bloodline and Heavenly Pattern? Then what does this box in my hand represent? No matter what it represents, it can give birth to many things. If Dragon Bloodline Heavenly Pattern comes into contact with flame, it can give birth to Fire Dragon." Ling Yun said, "I understand." Qin Yun suddenly thought of something and said with some excitement, "Bloodline Heavenly Pattern must have blood. The energy mist released by the box can condense into blood. Blood must have Heavenly Pattern inside it." He continued to pour in divine space Purple Sun's energy, causing the energy mist released by the box to become more and more. It is very difficult for the energy mist to condense together. Qin Yun used supergravity to wrap up the energy mist and tried to condense it into liquid form but failed. Qin Yun can only take out Pill Transformation Heavenly Cauldron, open the lid, and let the energy mist enter. Pill Transformation Heavenly Cauldron is used to condense pills. What will happen if we condense blood into pills? Ling Yun said. Qin Yun shook his head. It will be very difficult. It will require a great amount of bloodline energy mist. I don't know how long it will take. As Qin Yun continued to pour in divine space Purple Sun's divine power into the Bloodline Heavenly Pattern box, the box also continuously released purple-red energy mist. After the energy mist entered the Pill Transformation Heavenly Cauldron, Qin Yun operated the Pill Transformation Heavenly Cauldron, and the purple-red energy mist gradually condensed into a cyclone. A great amount of energy mist slowly condensed together and finally formed a rice grain-sized purple-red water droplet. Qin Yun very carefully took out the water droplet and said in amazement, "Pill Transformation Heavenly Cauldron consumed a great amount of energy just now to condense this small water droplet. It seems like the bloodline energy mist is very difficult to condense. Now let this drop of blood fuse with the flame." Ling Yuner said. Qin Yun immediately released a flame from his palm and controlled the purple-red blood droplet to float into the flame. The moment the blood droplet entered the flame, the entire flame suddenly trembled and then turned purple-red. Ah! Qin Yun immediately let out a loud cry. Only blue bones remained in his entire palm. His flesh, blood, and veins actually vaporized in an instant. So hot. Ling Yun immediately started sweating profusely. She immediately released her divine power to resist the flame. Qin Yun promptly took out the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron and stored the purple flame inside. Then he hastily drew out by Shenyang's divine power and poured it into his palm, allowing his flesh and blood to quickly grow. His heart is still filled with fear. It must be known that because he drank the heavenly fate dragon lake's water, his body became extremely powerful. In addition, after stepping into the divine heaven lord realm, his divine power increased even more. But even so, the flame still instantly vaporized the flesh and blood of his palm. Xiao Yun, are you all right? Ling Yun walked over. Even inside the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron, she can still feel the terror of the flame. Fortunately, it didn't burn the bones. Otherwise, it would take a lot of time for the bones to regenerate. Qin Yun himself has very strong regenerative power. Now that he is drawn in by Shenyang's regenerative power, his recovery speed is even faster. In just a moment, his palm regenerated. However, it is too tender, as if a layer of skin has been peeled off. I still don't understand what that purple bloodline heavenly rune is. Qin Yun looked inside the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron. The flame floated in the middle of the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron and did not touch the cauldron's inner wall. Otherwise, the entire cauldron would be even hotter. Could it be the most primitive divine universe purple energy? This is a very strong divine power. Ling Yun said, no matter. Let's melt the peach pit first. Qin Yun placed the cut peach pit into the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron. When the peach pit touched the flame, it immediately melted and did not turn into gas mist. It can be seen that it is still very strong. Xiao Yun, the dragon bloodline heavenly rune gave birth to the dragon peach divine tree and then gave birth to it. I suspect that it might be a very strong seed. Ling Yun said, seed? Don't tell me that if I attack, a tree will appear? Qin Yun said with a smile. If that is the case, it will be very good. Then quickly give it a try. Ling Yun is also very impatient to see. Qin Yun cut open more than 10 peach pits and collected more than 10 crystal seeds. After the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron melted more than 10 peach pits, the purple flame's energy was completely exhausted. Qin Yun refined the melted peach pits into the divine king spear's barrel and carved some runes on it, making the divine king spear even more harmonious. After finishing all this, Qin Yun is very tired. It has already been 2 to 3 days since he entered the 9-sun heaven raising pagoda. All kinds of dragon race have already arrived at Heaven's Mandate Holy Land. Most of them have entered the Heaven's Mandate Dragon Lake. And the strongest dragon race has yet to come into being. Heaven's Mandate Holy Land has become the hot topic of the Devil Mirror. Many people who are not afraid of death are rushing towards Heaven's Mandate Holy Land. They want to see the dragon race that is about to come into being. Qin Yun's divine king spear has also been remodeled. He transferred the bloodline heavenly rune box inside the myriad heaven divine saber into the divine king spear and fused it perfectly. After obtaining bloodline heavenly rune for so long, I finally understand a little bit. This time's trip to Heaven's Mandate Holy Land has allowed Qin Yun to understand a lot about bloodline heavenly rune. Chapter 2681. Qin Yun stored the 9-sun heaven-raising pagoda, walked towards Yu Yao Yao, and asked, "What's going on over there? Why is it red?" "Yu family is coming." Yu Yao Yao lightly sighed. Sending out Yu family generals means that our ancient Yu clan will participate in all kinds of competitions in Divine Desolate. Divine Judge said, "No matter what, Your ancient Yu clan will have to follow the rules set by our myriad realms' divine court. Yu Yao Yao spread her hands and said, "This is not something I can decide. Our ancient Yu clan is very powerful. Internally, we are also divided into several factions. I don't know what they will do." "What is going on with Yu Luanhui? He was the one who sent Black Dragon assassins to kill me." Qin Yun's voice became a bit colder when he spoke about this matter. Yu Yao Yao did not reply. Her face is filled with helplessness because she knows that Qin Yun will not let go of this matter. And Yu Luanhui's strength is very strong. Qin Yun will definitely find Yu Luanhui. Their conflict is unavoidable. This old guy is very strong. He has mastered a very dreadful heavenly law divine ability called reincarnation heavenly law. Once you are hit by this move, you will be reborn. Yu Yao Yao said, "Even if your soul is undying and imperishable, after reincarnation, all your memories will disappear. How can you avoid this move?" "How can we avoid this move?" Yu Shangyun hastily asked. "When he uses this move, a reincarnation gate will appear. Once you are locked by the gate, it will be very difficult to escape. And as long as you can avoid it, you won't be hit. That reincarnation gate is a heaven divine tool, and reincarnation heavenly law is used in conjunction with it. It is used by heaven divine tool. You ancient Yu clan's elders have mastered such a powerful thing." This made Qin Yun understand even more about ancient Yu clan's experts. "What is Yu Luanhui's strength ranking in your ancient Yu clan?" Long Shu asked. She saw Yu Luanhui before and can see that he is a very dreadful old guy. Top 20. There are many people in our ancient Yu clan who are stronger than him. Moreover, they all have mastered very strong heavenly law divine abilities. This is the first time Qin Yun heard of heavenly law divine abilities. He suspects that his imperial heaven divine technique is also a kind of heavenly law divine ability. It is just called by a different name. This made him think of the heavenly law inheritance that was released everywhere after the blue sky exploded. The heavenly law soul by Su Xin obtained was very strange. Even though Qin Yun had replicated it in the past, he could not understand it. He felt that Bai Su Xin might have a deeper understanding of heavenly laws. Quite a number of heavenly Dharma inheritances were scattered throughout the divine wilderness. As for whether there were any heavenly Dharma divine powers, he was still unsure. The God Chief said, "We are not from the dragon race, so we should stay away from the heaven's fate dragon lake. If this heavenly fate dragon lake suddenly goes crazy, it won't be good. There should be no need to worry, right?" The Monkey King didn't think about this problem. "We don't know what will happen when the All Heavens Dragon Emperor appears, but it will definitely cause a huge commotion." Long Shu nodded and said, "Divine Judge, then you should leave this island for the time being, lest you get involved." Falling into the Destiny Dragon Lake was very dangerous. If one were to accidentally drink a few mouthfuls of the lake water, although it would not be fatal, it would be very torturous. Qin Yun and company, who were not from the dragon race, immediately flew into the sky and left the Tortoise-Shell Island. Now, in the sky, all kinds of tyrannical divine power waves are surging and colliding. Many powerful dragon race arrived one after another. Many giant dragons are flying around the heavens' fate holy land. Because of this, the sky above the heavens' fate holy land is filled with dragon roars. From time to time, a valiant dragon power would rush over. Qin Yun took out Long Yuqing and Long Xiaofeng's soul-chasing talismans and found out that they are all pointing towards the heavens' fate dragon lake. Soon after, he let Long Tianji come out and enter the heavens' fate dragon lake. Divine Universe, Heavenly Dragon, and Divine Universe, Ice Dragon also entered the heavens' fate dragon lake. Little Palace Spirit told Qin Yun through the Devil Mirror that the Dragon Palace has already set off to enter the heavens' fate dragon lake. Qin Yun is flying in the sky. Yu Shangyun, Divine Judge, and many other experts are surrounding him. They are afraid that he will be sneak attacked. Because he just said that Yu Luanhui has his eyes on him, and even sent out 2 groups of Black Dragon assassins. Adding the 2 Bloodline Heavenly Runes and Divine King Heavenly Seal, there will be even more people who want to attack him. Not to mention the law enforcement world, Great Heaven Divine Race and Great Een Divine Race can freely enter and leave the Nine Sun Holy Land. The people they send out will definitely be even stronger. Qin Yin contacted in Wukong and told him to be more careful. That was because in Wukong's spatial source stone was also a very rare treasure. As long as they can control the spatial origin stone, the Nine Sun Holy Land space channel will be much easier to maintain. Otherwise, they will have to consume a lot of resources. And Wukong is very clear about this, so he is now very careful. He opened up a space and hid the strange space ancient city inside. Qin Yun is holding the divine king spear in his hand. There are more than 10 crystal seeds inside it. As for what kind of power it will have, he is very much looking forward to it. If someone suddenly attacks him, he can give it a try. If it is a one-on-one fight, he is not afraid of anyone. With the inscription Fungus Queen and the Divine King Spear, as well as the myriad Heaven Divine Saber, he will be able to take care of the enemy until they are half dead. If it still doesn't work, then he will use the Divine King Heavenly Seal. Qin Yun released several Heavenly Eye avatars. They are in the sky in 4 directions. They can observe the movements in the surroundings. Qin Yun entered the Devil Mirror and hung it around his neck. This way he can read the information sent by other people at any time. At this time, Xian Shatzi sent sound transmission to him. Boss, you are in trouble. Heaven's Secret Sect has sent out a very strong Dark Assassin of Heavenly Secret to deal with you. Dark Assassin of Heavenly Secret? Isn't the strongest king level Dark Assassin? How strong are they? Qin Yun feels that Dark Assassin of Heavenly Secret is not something to be afraid of, because he has already captured Chu Wuxing, a king-level Dark Assassin. Above king-level Dark Assassin, there is still saint-level. Many Dark Assassins of Heavenly Secret Sect don't know about this level of Dark Assassin of Heavenly Secret. Even I don't know much about saint-level Dark Assassin of Heavenly Secret. Xian Shatzi said, within Heavenly Secret Sect, who can use saint-level Dark Assassin of Heavenly Secret? Qin Yun immediately asked, only Heavenly Secret Sects, Sect Master, and Elder Heavenly Secret can use saint-level Dark Assassins. Within Heavenly Secret Sect, Sect Master and Elder Heavenly Secret have the greatest authority. Moreover, they are also the strongest and most mysterious. Xian Shatzi said, our 5 Heavenly Venerables are just famous. Qin Yun did not expect that Heavenly Secret Sect would also take action. It must be known that Heavenly Secret Sect has always used a long time to plan. They rarely take action like this. Xian Shatzi, did Heavenly Secret Sect send out saint-level Dark Assassins before? What did they do? Qin Yun asked. Once. That time, it was against the former Heavenly Dao. They wanted to exterminate the previous Heavenly Dao who betrayed the Heavenly Rule Dao and succeeded. Heaven's Secret Sect found out that you have 2 bloodline Heavenly Runes. One of them is related to Tian Shixiang. That's why they sent out Saint-level Dark Assassins. Why did they send out Saint-level Dark Assassins for a bloodline Heavenly Rune box related to the Divine Moon Emperor? Although Qin Yun has guessed something, he is not sure. Tian Shixiang's bloodline Heavenly Rune box is very important. It is related to the entire Moon Clan and all Divine Moons. Maybe it is because of the Mother Moon, I don't know the specifics. Wait until I return, I will think of a way to figure it out. Xian Shatzi said. He knows that Qin Yun has 2 bloodline Heavenly Rune boxes, so he is very excited. At least it will give him the opportunity to study bloodline Heavenly Rune. Xian Shatzi is an expert in using curse techniques, and runes are closely related to curse techniques. Therefore, Xian Shatzi is very interested in bloodline Heavenly Rune. Alright, Qin Yun is now even more vigilant. He is hesitating whether or not he should tell Yu Shangyun about this matter. He is worried that after Yu Shangyun finds out, she will be even more anxious than him. After careful consideration, Qin Yun decided to face the saint-level Dark Assassins himself. Because Yu Shangyun is the pillar of the entire Divine Moon Clan, he doesn't want her to have too many powerful enemies. And Qin Yun is alone. Even if he can't beat them, he won't be killed, so he doesn't have to worry too much. At this time, Chu Wuxing also sent sound transmission to Qin Yun through the magic mirror. His voice is very nervous as he said, "Boss, you are in trouble. You should know that I am protecting a young man of the great Heaven Divine race. This young man is the son of the great Heaven Divine race's emperor." Son. Qin Yun is not surprised. He is just surprised that the son of the great Heaven Divine race's emperor is so low-key. He doesn't do anything too shocking. He doesn't even talk much, unlike Yin Tianyi. The great Heaven Divine race's emperor must have many sons, right? Qin Yun said with smile. What do my troubles have to do with the son of the great Heaven Divine race's emperor? The great Heaven Divine race's emperor has many sons, but this one is the one that the great Heaven Divine race's emperor values the most. Chu Wuxing said, I just heard from him that the great sky god race sent 3 great sky battle gods to capture you. Great Heaven War God? What the hell? Qin Yun bitterly smiled in his heart. First there was the Black Dragon Assassin, then there was the Saint-level Dark Assassin, and now there is this Great Heaven War God. That young master said that the Dark Assassin is an expert comparable to the Black Dragon Assassin. His soul is undying and indestructible. His body has been tempered thousands of times by heavenly flame. He also has many powerful divine equipment, divine tools, and all kinds of divine talismans. Chu Wuxing is very worried. All right, I understand. I will be careful. Qin Yun said, Old Chu, I just learned that your Heaven Secret sect has a sacred level assassin. What? Saint-level Dark Assassin? Chu Wuxing cried out in alarm. Yes, they're also targeting me. Qin Yun said with smile. Boss, you must be very careful. I believe that you will be able to get through this. Chu Wuxing naturally knows that the things Qin Yun has in his hands are enough for many powerful factions to send their most outstanding experts to attack. And you must properly protect that young master. I will be fine. Qin Yun is very calm at this moment. After all, he has already broken through and he has many magic tools in his hands. I have a friend nearby. I want to meet him alone, Qin Yun suddenly said. There are many good friends of Qin Yun here. Some of them have known him for many years. When they heard Qin Yun say this, most of them guessed that Qin Yun is going to go alone. Chapter 2682. From Yu Yaoyao's point of view, even if Qin Yun could defeat the Black Dragon Assassin, it was impossible for him to kill the Black Dragon Assassin. Why not? It's not difficult for me to kill a mere Black Dragon Assassin, Qin Yun said with a smile. Why? Could it be that the Black Dragon Killer is immortal? When you said kill them, you meant defeat them, or severely injure them. Imperial Demon asked. The others were also very surprised. They looked at Qin Yun and waited for his reply. That was because they had already heard of how powerful the Black Dragon Assassins were. Furthermore, they had encountered them before. Only those who had met the Black Dragon Assassin before would more or less have some understanding of the strength of the Black Dragon Assassin. They all knew that the Black Dragon Assassin was not easy to kill. Those Black Dragon Assassins who wanted to kill me before will never return to the Yu Ancient Clan, Qin Yun said. He knew why Yu Yaoyao didn't believe him. It was because the souls of the ancient Yu Clan's Black Dragon Killers were immortal. Yu Yaoyao knew quite a bit about the Black Dragon Killer, so she was very clear that even if the Black Dragon Killer's physical body was completely destroyed, his soul would still be able to escape. I don't believe it, Yu Yaoyao said. If you can defeat the Black Dragon Assassin, then I won't be surprised. You said that you can make the Black Dragon Assassin completely disappear. I don't believe you. Yin Xiao said. It's up to you whether you believe it or not. All right, you don't have to worry about me. I really have something to do. I need to meet a friend. Then be careful. If you need help, contact me immediately, Yu Shangyun said. Got it. Qin Yun waved his hand and flew into the distance. In fact, he didn't know what was on the other side. He just wanted to be alone and wait for the enemy to come to him. Yu Yaoyao looked at Qin Yun's back, gritted her teeth, and said softly, I'll follow and take a look. If he can really kill a few Black Dragon Killers, the ancient Yu clan will definitely put more effort into dealing with him. Xiangyan nodded at Yu Yaoyao. With Yu Yaoyao following Qin Yun, she felt even more at ease. That's because Yu Yao Yao is from the Yu ancient clan. Furthermore, he has a very powerful dark Kuan Peng. Qin Yun's phase speed was also relatively fast. He did not use the space traversal step. He had only flown for a short while when he sensed that someone was following him. Through the heaven's eye clone in the air, he saw that it was Yu Yao Yao flying over. Why is this woman following me? Qin Yun immediately used the transcending void steps to traverse through space and rapidly distanced himself from Imperial Yao Yao. But what he did not expect was that Yu Yao Yao could actually chase after him. She used space travel and chased after him closely. It reminded Qin Yun of the Black Dragon assassins from before. They could also travel through space to pursue him closely. He stopped immediately and wait for the Imperial Demon to come over. After Yao Yao arrived, she floated in the air. Her beautiful pink eyes were filled with solemnity as she stared at Qin Yun. Her bright red hair danced in the wind. She tied her messy hair into a high ponytail and said, Qin Yun, if you really kill a few Black Dragon assassins, it's best if you let me stay by your side. Why? Asked Qin Yun. You'll be safer this way. Our ancient Yu clan has a rule that forbids us from killing each other. As long as I protect you, they won't dare to do anything to you. Imperial Demon Yao said. Qin Yun spread out his hands and said with a smile, I don't need your protection. If you follow me, you will be a hindrance. Yu Yao Yao is somewhat angry because she's clearly doing this for Qin Yun's good, but Qin Yun does not appreciate it and even said that she was a hindrance. I'm serious. If the Black Dragon assassins who surrounded you don't return, then the ancient Yu clan will definitely send even stronger Black Dragon assassins. It will be 8 Dragonhead assassins or even 9 Dragonhead assassins. Don't hide from me. Let me go with you. If the Black Dragon assassins come, they won't dare to do anything to me. Qin Yun sighed and said. You might not know, but it's not only the Black Dragon assassins who want to attack me. There are many stronger guys. Do you think they won't dare to attack you? What other guys are there? Yu Yao Yao asked. They're all here for my bloodline Heavenly Rune and Divine King Heavenly Seal. Qin Yun said with a wry smile. Think about it. Almost all the powerful factions in the deity Desolate know what I have in my hands. Do you think they can resist the urge to snatch it from me? Yu Yao Yao bit her lips and became silent. She is very clear that the bloodline Heavenly Rune and Divine King Heavenly Seal in Qin Yun's hands are things that all the major powers want to obtain. The elders of several factions in the ancient Yu clan had already begun planning to snatch it. The main reason why these major powers want to attack Qin Yun is because they are afraid that the things in Qin Yun's hands will fall into the hands of other major powers. So long as a major power obtains Qin Yun's bloodline Heavenly Rune and Divine King Heavenly Seal, they will become the hegemon of Divine Desolate and will be able to suppress other major powers. How about it? Do you still want to follow me? If it's just me, even if I can't beat them, I will immediately run away. And you? When the time comes, I will have to take care of you. Qin Yun curled his lips and said, All right, then you must be careful. Yu Yao Yao lightly sighed. Her eyes are filled with hidden bitterness. Thank you for your concern. Qin Yun said with a smile. Of course, don't think that you can make me your follower just like this. I am not that easy to bribe. Yu Yao Yao lightly groaned, stuck out her tongue at Qin Yun, and made a funny face. Just like that, just as she was about to leave, she suddenly felt a weak spatial fluctuation. Yu Yao Yao's expression changed. She said in low voice, Someone is coming. It's our ancient Yu clan. They are using a kind of heavenly talisman that can allow them to travel through space. Just as she finished speaking, a handsome man wearing white clothes appeared not far away with a sharp golden sword in his hand. This guy is called Yu Songyuan. He is my uncle's son, my cousin. Yu Yao Yao immediately sent voice transmission to Qin Yun and said, This guy has come with bad intentions. It is very likely that he wants to capture you. Qin Yun finally saw the other youths of the ancient Yu clan. He is also worried that this guy will attack Yu Yao Yao, so he immediately arrived beside her. Yao Yao, I have finally found you. Your father said that you have been with your friend for too long. So he wants me to find you and bring you back. Yu Song Yuan just casually glanced at Qin Yun. Apparently, he did not pay much attention to Qin Yun. I told father before that I can take care of myself. Moreover, he has the magic mirror. If he wants to find me, he can use it to contact me. Yu Yao Yao said with smile. Father can easily contact me with the magic mirror. Why did he send you to find me? She immediately exposed Yu Song Yuan's lie. Yu Song Yuan is very calm. He said with smile, Yao Yao, you are really smart and quick-witted. All right, I have something to ask you. Ask away. Yu Yao Yao said, I heard that your dark Kuan Peng was saved by Qin Yun. That means your relationship with Qin Yun must be very good. Can you introduce me to him? I want to be friends with Qin Yun. Yu Song Yuan's face is full of sincere smile, but to Qin Yun, that smile is very fake. Qin Yun is already far away from the heavens mandate Holy Land. Moreover, he said that he wants to cultivate in seclusion. I can't contact him now. When I contact him another day, I will let him know. Yu Yao Yao deliberately said this. She wants to see if Yu Song Yuan recognizes Qin Yun, who is standing beside him. Yu Song Yuan still has a fake smile on his face and said, Then I will thank Yao Yao first. You are worthy of being my good sister. Then he looked at Qin Yun and asked, My dear brother, are you Yao Yao's friend? No, why? Qin Yun replied with smile and directly interrupted Yu Song Yuan's attempt to get close to him. Yu Song Yuan's smiling face suddenly stiffened, but he still maintained his smile. Yao Yao, isn't this person your friend? This guy doesn't look like a good person. Do you want me to take care of him? Yu Song Yuan's expression suddenly turned cold. He is my friend. Seeing Yu Song Yuan's expression, Yu Yao Yao knew that Yu Song Yuan recognized Qin Yun and that he planned to attack Qin Yun. Yu Song Yuan waved his hand and shot out a talisman. The talisman flew towards Yu Yao Yao and turned into a huge transparent bell that enveloped Yu Yao Yao. This is a seal. Yao Yao, I heard that your dark Kuan Peng flew over to absorb divine power after the birth of the fifth divine son. Without the dark Kuan Peng by your side, it is very dangerous for a girl like you. Although Yu Song Yuan was talking to Yu Yao Yao, he looked at Qin Yun sinisterly. Qin Yun really did not expect that Yu Yao Yao would make her dark Kuan Peng stay far away from her. This is indeed very dangerous. After all, her strength is not particularly strong. Yu Song Yuan, you bastard, quickly release me. If you dare touch him, even if I have to violate the clan rules, I will make you wish you were dead. Yu Yao Yao shouted angrily. At this moment, she looks very scary. Her red hair is dancing wildly. Her pink eyes are ice cold and filled with hostility. Yao Yao, from her point of view, it is very dangerous for Qin Yun to face Yu Song Yuan. Yao Yao, this man is Qin Yun, right? You want to lie to me? You want to monopolize his bloodline, heavenly rune, and divine king, heavenly seal? You are truly a selfish girl. You should capture him and bring him back to the clan. Let us find a way to force him to hand over the bloodline, heavenly rune, and divine king, heavenly seal. Yu Song Yuan laughed heartily and said, And now, I will capture him and bring him back to the clan. This merit is mine. Qin Yun is very calm. He sensed Yu Song Yuan's divine power aura and found that he has just surpassed divine heaven monarch realm. This kind of person is not a threat to him. What is your relationship with Yu Luanhui? Qin Yun asked. Before, he sent black dragon assassins to capture me, but now you are personally taking action. It seems like the 5 black dragon assassins he sent are lazy, otherwise I would not have the chance to capture you. Yu Song Yuan laughed heartily and said. While Yu Song Yuan is laughing, a large man wearing black armor and holding a black battle saber suddenly appeared behind him. Chapter 2683. Yu Yao Yao was sealed inside the transparent bell. When she saw the black dragon killer appear, she thought it was Yu Song Yuan's killer. Her beautiful face turned pale and filled with anger and coldness. She wanted nothing more than to cut Yu Song Yuan into pieces. Not long ago, she told Qin Yun that she would protect Qin Yun from being attacked by the Yu Ancient clan. She also swore that as long as she was here, the Yu Ancient clan would not dare to attack. But now, she was sealed by Yu Song Yuan, and Qin Yun was surrounded by Yu Song Yuan and a 7-dragon head black dragon killer. When Yu Song Yuan saw the black dragon killer appear, he felt strange. He didn't sense any strong spatial fluctuations, but the black dragon killer suddenly appeared. The spatial fluctuations were released by Qin Yun from the space inside the 9-sun divine soul. However, it was very weak, so Yu Song Yuan did not sense it. 7-dragon head black dragon killer? Did you Luan Hui send you here? Sorry, you are a step too slow. Qin Yun is mine. Yu Song Yuan's voice is filled with majesty. He shouted at the black dragon killer. Quickly leave this place, don't get in my way. Yu Song Yuan and Yu Yaoyao did not know that the black dragon killer was turned into a puppet by Qin Yun, so they thought he was sent by Yu Luan Hui. Don't you understand what I'm saying? I told you to scram. Yu Song Yuan is full of hostility towards the black dragon killer. He angrily rebuked, I am Yu Song Yuan. You should know my position in the Yu ancient clan. How dare you not listen to me? Why should I leave? The black dragon killer opened his mouth. Qin Yun controlled him to speak. Very good. Yu Song Yuan's eyebrows are raised in anger. He coldly said, just you wait. I will definitely report you to Yu Wanlong. Just wait for your punishment. Who does Yu Wanlong think he is? The black dragon killer is under Qin Yun's control. He coldly sneered. I only listen to Yu Luan Hui. Yu Song Yuan and Yu Yaoyao are startled because Yu Wanlong is in charge of the black dragon killers. Now he is so arrogant that he doesn't even put their boss in his eyes. Yu Song Yuan seemed to be quite afraid of the 7 dragon head assassins. He sneered and said, Yu Luan Hui, this old bastard for Qin Yun, he wants to fight with Yu Wanlong. Doesn't he know that roping in black dragon assassins is a huge taboo? Yu Song Yuan is not on guard against Qin Yun because he can sense that Qin Yun's divine power aura is only divine heaven power aura. Yu Yaoyao desperately signaled Qin Yun with her eyes, telling him to run faster. She gritted her teeth in anger because Qin Yun is still floating there, watching Yu Song Yuan and black dragon killer bicker. Qin Yun is very happy because that idiot Yu Song Yuan is quarreling with his puppet. Yu Luan Hui told me that Yu Song Yuan is an overconfident idiot, and he was right. Black dragon killer laughed. Yu Song Yuan is indeed the biggest idiot in the Yu ancient clan. You damned lowly slave, I'll destroy you. Yu Song Yuan flew into a rage. His white clothes were torn apart by the divine power bursting out of his body. The skin on his upper body was actually blood red. As divine power surged out, his body swelled even more. As his body swelled up, red hairs appeared under his blood-red skin. Those hairs looked like sharp thorns, very scary. Yu Song Yuan's entire body changed. He turned into a blood-red hairy monster. Qin Yun is also startled. He did not expect Yu Song Yuan to cultivate a technique that can turn him into a half-beast. Heavenly blood, divine wolf, art. Yu Song Yuan, you actually cultivated this taboo technique. Yu Yaoyao cried out in alarm. Yu Song Yuan indeed turned into a werewolf, but his hair is red. Shut up. Do you believe that I will not eat you? Ha ha ha. Yu Song Yuan's voice became hoarse and loud. He laughed maniacally, looking very bloodthirsty. Qin Yun took out the Divine King Spear. He wanted to test the power of the peach core crystal seed, but he suddenly felt that there is no need to waste it on Yu Song Yuan. The main reason is that Yu Song Yuan is too weak to test the power of the peach core crystal seed. Yu Song Yuan was infuriated by the Black Dragon Killer because in the eyes of the ancient Yu clan, the Black Dragon Killer is just like a servant. Dong! However, Yu Song Yuan also knows that the 7 Dragon Head Killers are very strong. The strength of the servants is not small to Yu Song Yuan. Therefore, Yu Song Yuan had no choice but to use the taboo technique to increase his divine power by several times. Only this way can he defeat the 7 Dragon Head Killers. Just as Yu Song Yuanling howled and was about to rush out, Qin Yun suddenly released super gravity and attacked from above and below. This is the super gravity heaven and earth unite. Yu Song Yuan just took a step forward and his body was hit by the gravity from above and below. He screamed miserably. At this time, under Qin Yun's control, the Black Dragon Killer flashed towards Yu Song Yuan and quickly chopped off Yu Song Yuan's red hairy wolf head. Wolf, the moment the head was chopped off, Qin Yun rushed over and directly put the soul creation heavenly cauldron on Yu Sung Yuan's head. Then the black dragon killer used the saber in his hand and chopped Yu Sung Yuan's body hundreds of times, chopping up the red-haired wolf body. Qin Yun raised his hand and waved. A flaming palm wind enveloped the body of the red-furred wolf and instantly burned it to ashes. After killing Yu Sung Yuan, Qin Yun took back the black dragon killer. Qin Yun giggled and flew towards Yu Yao Yao. She said, "Ayaya, who said she would protect me just now?" She also said that as long as she is here, the ancient Yu clan will not dare to touch me. Yu Yao Yao was stunned by what just happened. After she heard Qin Yun's words, her face turned red. She stamped her feet and groaned. After Qin Yun went over, he broke the heavenly talisman that sealed her. "You, what just happened? Why did the black dragon killer cooperate with you?" Yu Yao Yao is still very surprised. The black dragon killer and Qin Yun cooperated very well. It looks like they have a very good relationship. Qin Yun released the black dragon killer again. He controlled the black dragon killer and said, "Young Miss Yu, you said that as long as I steal a law enforcer's little divine son, you will take off a piece of clothing. When will you take it off?" Yu Yao Yao realized that the black dragon killer has been turned into a puppet by Qin Yun. This caused her to be extremely shocked. The powerful black dragon killer not only failed to kill Qin Yun, he has also become a puppet. She cursed herself in her heart. She actually looked down on Qin Yun again. When Qin Yun stole the little divine son, she also suffered this kind of loss. Qin Yun took back the black dragon killer and said with a smile, "Oh, that's right. Your cousin has been captured by me. You won't tell anyone about this, right?" "Of course I won't tell anyone." Yu Yao Yao also realized that Yu Sung Yuan is finished. If the ancient Yu clan knows about this, Qin Yun will be in even more danger. She immediately signed a soul contract with Qin Yun to prevent her from divulging this matter. Qin Yun said, "Seriously, without the dark Huan Peng by your side? What are you doing?" I am afraid that you will be killed." Yu Yao Yao tenderly groaned. Qin Yun's heavenly eye avatar suddenly sensed spatial fluctuation. "Someone is coming. It should be your ancient Yu clan's people." Qin Yun finished speaking and immediately concealed himself. His aura completely disappeared. Seeing Qin Yun suddenly conceal himself, Yu Yao Yao realized that he is afraid of conflict with the ancient Yu clan. This will make things very difficult for her. But she felt warm in her heart because Qin Yun did not leave. Instead, he is holding her hand and standing beside her. Suddenly, a middle-aged man and a few elders arrived. Yu Yao Yao looked at the middle-aged man and shouted in pleasant surprise, "Yao Yao, we just received a soul distress wave from Yu Sung Yuan. Did you also receive it and rushed over?" The middle-aged man asked. But after I arrived, he disappeared. Maybe he was chased by a powerful enemy and ran away." Yu Yao Yao's expression is very anxious as she said, "You should come with us. Heaven's mandate sacred land is not safe in the near future. And without your Kuan Peng by your side, I am worried," the middle-aged man said. At this time, Qin Yun released Yu Yao Yao's hand and signaled her to follow her father. Yu Yao Yao is somewhat reluctant. She wants to follow Qin Yun, but she still flew to her father's side. Because she is very clear that without dark Kuan Peng by her side, she will become Qin Yun's burden. She secretly sent sound transmission to Qin Yun. "Thank you. You must be very careful. Goodbye." Yu Yao Yao followed her father and those few elders and used teleportation talisman to leave. Qin Yun was also very nervous just now because Yu Yao Yao's father and those few elders are very strong. Qin Yun saw Yu Yao Yao's uncle and uncle. She thought that her father's strength is about the same as them. And just now, she could not see through Yu Yao Yao's father. He is definitely stronger than her uncle and uncle. "Old Chu, where are you?" Qin Yun took out the magic mirror, contacted Chu Wuxing and said, "I want to go to your place and meet that young master you are protecting." "Boss, you want to kill him?" Chu Wuxing is very scared. "No, I just want to have a chat with him," Qin Yun said with a smile. "Then I will go find Great Heaven War God. Instead of waiting for them to come and kill me, I might as well go find him. Yun is very anxious to test the peach seed crystal seed. He believes that it should be possible to test it on Great Heaven War God. Boss, I really admire you. Chu Wuxing originally thought that after Qin Yin found out about Great Heaven War God, he would immediately leave Heaven's mandate, Sacred Land. But now he wants to go find Great Heaven War God. Qin Yin said with mischievous smile. Quickly tell me the location. I will go immediately. Who do you think I am? Do you think I'm afraid of that bullshit Great Heaven War God? Chapter 2684. Chu Wuxing, a king-level assassin of the Heavenly Secret Sect, was sent to protect the young master of the Great Heaven Divine Race. It is clear that the relationship between the Heavenly Secret Sect and the Great Heaven Divine Race's upper echelons is very good. Chu Wuxing was not the only King-class Dark Operative protecting him. There were other King-class Dark Operative protecting him as well. If it was before Qin Yin broke through, it would be very difficult for him to face one king-level assassin, let alone several of them. But now it is different. Even if there are several king-level assassins, it will not be a problem. He does not need to use any special methods. He can use his formidable power to crush them. After Qin Yin learned about the location of the Great Heaven Divine Race from Chu Wuxing, he immediately flew over. Xiao Yun, there are more and more people from the Yu Ancient clan. The mysterious ancient talisman you got from Grandpa, Mie Tian, came from the Yu Ancient clan. You should find an opportunity to ask Imperial Demon. Ling Yuner said. Speaking of the mysterious ancient talisman, Qin Yun immediately took it out. It has runes that form the character Imperial. It is this set of runes that endows the mysterious ancient talisman with formidable power. No need to ask Imperial Demon. Qin Yun landed on the ground and released the nine-sun heaven-raising pagoda. After entering the pagoda, he poured nether moon mental power into his palm and then took out Yu Song Yuan's head from the spirit creation heavenly cauldron. Yu Song Yuan's soul is still inside the head. In order to prevent the soul from escaping, Qin Yun quickly carved a nether moon totem on the head so that the soul cannot escape. Yu Song Yuan's head is in Qin Yun's hand. The face of the head is filled with anger and fear. Xiao Yun, this guy will release that soul distress wave. Ling Yuner said, You should be careful. Qin Yun is now inside the second layer space, so he is not worried about Yu Song Yuan releasing soul distress wave. Yu Song Yuan, this is the first time we met. I did not expect our relationship to develop so quickly. Not long after, you became my prisoner. Qin Yun said with a smile. What do you feel now? Qin Yun, you can only be smug. You can only temporarily imprison me. Once I escape, you will be finished. You enslaved Yu Wanlong's Black Dragon assassin. If he finds out, he won't let you off. Yu Song Yuan shouted. Qin Yun released the Black Dragon killer, controlled him and said, Yu Song Yun, if you don't cooperate with me, you will end up like this Black Dragon killer. You will become my puppet. Yu Song Yuan was now sure that this seven-headed Black Dragon killer was Qin Yun's puppet. Qin Yun took out the mysterious purple ancient talisman and placed it in front of Yu Song Yuan. He asked, This should be the talisman of your ancient Yu clan. Do you know what it is? Your relationship with Yu Yao Yao is so good. Why don't you ask him? Yu Song Yuan is also afraid of becoming Qin Yun's puppet, so he can only carefully look at the mysterious ancient talisman. The mysterious ancient talisman was originally damaged, but it was quickly repaired after Qin Yun pasted it on the bloodline heavenly pattern box. At first, Yu Song Yuan had no interest in the talisman. However, as he studied it, his expression gradually changed. Where did this talisman come from? Yu Song Yuan hastily asked. Why do you care so much? Just tell me what this talisman is used for. Qin Yun grabbed Yu Song Yuan's head and vigorously shook it. You have to tell me where this talisman came from, then I can be sure that it is not that talisman. Because this kind of talisman has been lost in my ancient Yu clan. Yu Song Yuan shouted. I got it from a palace in ancient Desolate. This talisman was damaged, but I repaired it using bloodline heavenly pattern. A friend of mine obtained it from that palace. Later on, Because of the talisman's protection, he was able to escape from that dangerous palace. Qin Yun said. Yu Song Yuan's voice is somewhat trembling. He said in a startled voice, "That's right. It is that talisman. I never thought that it would see the light of day again." "What kind of talisman is this?" Qin Yun saw Yu Song Yuan's mysterious expression and wished that he could smash his head to the ground. This talisman is called Imperial Life Heavenly Talisman. It is one of the 10 great heavenly talismans of our ancient Yu clan. As long as you stick this talisman on your body, you will not die until the talisman's energy runs out. Yu Song Yuan sighed and said, "This talisman has been lost." 10. Nearly half of the great heavenly talismans have been lost. Qin Yun already guessed that this talisman must be some kind of protective talisman. However, he never wore it on his body. He only wanted to activate it. He did not expect that this talisman would not need to be activated. As long as he wears it on his body, it can be activated when he encounters danger. All right, it's none of your business. Qin Yun stuffed Yu Song Yuan's head into a space inside the spirit creation heavenly cauldron. Yu Song Yuan shouted and screamed, begging Qin Yun to let him go. Qin Yun pretended not to hear him. He is still grinning, causing Yu Song Yuan to curse in his heart. Xiao Yun, this talisman must have bloodline heavenly rune, otherwise you would not have been able to use it to restore it. Ling Yuner said, "Could it be that ancient Yu clan once had bloodline heavenly rune?" Qin Yun looked at the Imperial Life heavenly talisman and said, "Maybe this talisman's energy ran out, so it can be replenished with bloodline heavenly rune." He also carried the talisman with him. In this way, the talisman would automatically protect him. Even if he encounters a sneak attack and he doesn't have time to react, this talisman can still protect him. The palace that Heaven's destroyer had entered before was filled with traps. Many of the traps and killing arrays had suddenly erupted. Because of this talisman, Heaven's destroyer had been able to successfully walk out of the palace. The place Qin Yun is flying towards is very close to the heavenly fate dragon lake. It can be seen that the great heaven divine race is very confident that they are not afraid of the dragon race. Yu Yao Yao is following her father and a few elders. They are wandering all around, looking for Yu Song Yuan's trail. Only Yu Yao Yao knows that Yu Song Yuan has fallen into Qin Yun's hands and can no longer return. She hates Yu Song Yuan very much. Moreover, Yu Song Yuan is courting death by attacking Qin Yun. Being captured by Qin Yun is his own doing. After searching for a while, Yu Yao Yao's father gave up and flew towards the heavenly fate dragon lake. "Xingyu, we have already searched. We have done everything we can. They can't blame us," an old man said to Yu Yao Yao's father. Yu Xingyu sighed and said, "Although this brat Yu Song Yuan is very rude and arrogant, he is still my big brother's son. But he is still my big brother's son. Your big brother has many sons. One less is not a problem. One more is not a problem. If he is gone, then he is gone. At our age, who hasn't lost 8 or 10 grandchildren?" A tall and sturdy old man disapprovingly said. "This Yu Song Yuan's talent is very good," another old man said with smile. "If he is gone, it would be a bit of a pity," the tall and sturdy old man said with smile. "So what if his talent is good? Even if he is a genius, a dead genius is not a genius. Who told him to have such a bad life and still roam around everywhere?" Yu Yao Yao very much agrees with these words because Yu Song Yuan provoked Qin Yun on his own accord. "Then let's go to the great heaven god race. They should be waiting for us." Yu Xingyu said, "Father, what happened to the great heaven god race? Is our Yu family cooperating with them?" Yu Yao Yao hastily asked. The tall and sturdy old man said with smile, "Not only cooperation, we might even be connected by marriage. Yao Yao, let's go. We'll take you to pick a handsome young man." Yu Yao Yao puffed up her face and said with unwilling expression, "I don't want to. Don't randomly find me a husband. I know. Last time we secretly arranged a marriage for you. That's why you ran away for so many years." The old man said with smile, "This time it won't happen. We won't hide it from you. We will ask for your permission first and take you to a blind date." Yu Yao Yao curled her lips and said, "Blind date? I won't go." Yu Xingyu said sternly, "Yao Yao, You're not young anymore. Take advantage of the fact that you can still maintain your youthful and beautiful appearance. Get married as soon as possible. Otherwise, your cultivation won't be able to keep up. Once you can't keep your body young, you will quickly age. What will you do then? I will stay young forever. Yu Yao Yao yelled, "Don't worry about me. Be obedient. We have already discussed it with the great heaven god race. Even if you don't want to marry, there's nothing wrong with going over and having a chat with them, right?" Yu Xingyu's pair of thick eyebrows and big eyes immediately became stern. He stared at Yu Yao Yao so that she could only puff up her face and stifle her anger. The tall and sturdy old man said with smile, "Yao Yao, I heard that your dark Kuan Peng was released by that Qin Yun. What is your relationship with him? Rumor has it that your relationship with him is pretty good. We are friends. What? Do you want to care what friends I make?" Yu Yao Yao became even more unhappy. "Then you must stay away from this friend." Yu Xingyu's tone became even more stern as he berated. "This time you must listen to me. Don't have any dealings with this Qin Yun. He helped me rescue the Dark Kuan Peng. I still haven't thanked him. Yu Yao Yao seems to know that the clan will certainly oppose her and Qin Yun getting close. Because your Dark Kuan Peng's body is too big, it exceeds the boundaries set by the heavenly rules Tao orthodoxy. It is natural that it was sealed," a short, bald old man said. Those guys from the Heaven Creation God Palace sealed my Kuan Peng, but they took my Kuan Peng's flesh and bones. They were the ones in the wrong first." Yu Yao Yao became angry when she talked about this matter. Yu Xingyu said with a serious expression, "Yao Yao, promise me, don't meet with Qin Yun again. I'm doing this for your own good. He is in danger now. Everyone wants to capture him. If you are with him, you will be implicated by him." Yu Luan Hui sent Black Dragon assassins to capture him several times, but they didn't succeed. Yu Yao Yao said in low voice, "How can Qin Yun be captured so easily?" Chapter 2685. When Yu Yao Yao passed the news to Qin Yun, he exhorted Qin Yun to leave the heavenly mandate sacred land as soon as possible. It would be best if he stayed as far away from this place as possible. From the old man's tone, she could tell that the great heavenly battle god was extraordinarily strong. He seemed to be much stronger than the Black Dragon assassin. Yu Xingyu said, "Yao Yao, you only need to know that the great heaven wargod's strength is comparable to the 9 dragon head assassins. In our ancient Yu clan, there are less than 5 9 dragon head assassins. In other words, the great heaven battle god is even stronger than you?" Yu Yao Yao exclaimed. "Yes, even stronger than us. We can't beat the 9 dragon head assassins. After all, those assassins are trained using our clan's secret method. If we want to have that kind of strength, we have to go through all kinds of torture, and we will also lose our humanity." Xingyu said, "It will take at least a few years for us to reach that level of strength." Yu Yao Yao was even more shocked and said, "What's going on with the great Sky Divine race? Their race hadn't been around for long, right? I can't believe they managed to nurture such powerful fellows. They haven't appeared for long, but they are still in the 9 Suns sacred ground. Moreover, the flow of time in the 9 Suns sacred ground is different from the outside world. They have spent many years in the 9 Suns sacred ground and are ahead of the entire divine wilderness." Yu Xingyu exclaimed, "This is the benefit of being favored by them." The tall and sturdy old man said, "Actually, the heavenly god Desolate and the myriad realms divine sun S appeared one after another, which is why we were able to surpass the realm of Shen Tianjun. Everyone had just stepped into this realm not long ago, but time was different in the 9 Suns sacred ground. They want to be ahead of us." "Then what is the realm beyond Lord Shen Tian called?" Imperial Demon Yao asked curiously. "Are you still unable to determine what realm it is? It doesn't even have a name." Yu Xingyu shook his head and said, "No, because the first stage of this realm is enough for us to explore for a long time. In other words, we are all slowly exploring the first stage. Therefore, even if it was the great divine king of the 9 Suns sacred ground, he would not be able to defeat him. We still haven't figured it out. What does this have to do with the great divine lord?" Yu Yao Yao knows that Qin Yun is a young divine king. Furthermore, she feels that it is not worth it for Qin Yun, because now everyone wants to bully a young divine king like Qin Yun and snatch his divine king heavenly seal. Because he is the great divine lord, he should be the one walking at the forefront. We are all waiting for him to name the new realm. Yu Xingyu laughed and said, Yao Yao, don't look down on us. We're actually not that far behind. After all, the name of the new realm hasn't been decided yet. Come down. Yu Yao Yao curled her lips and said, You haven't even decided on the name of the new cultivation realm. So how can you be sure that the great heavenly battle god is very strong? Based on his divine power and physical body, his divine power and physical body are stronger than ours. The tall and sturdy old man said, We believe that he should still be in the first stage of the new realm, in the late stage of the first stage. Yao Yao, this Taitian war god, is quite interested in you. He's been asking us about you. You can build a good relationship with him. Yu Xingyu laughed. They're probably after my dark rock. Yu Yao Yao snorted. The Sun Yin divine race and the Great Sky divine race are together. Their young elites are gathered together. Let us know who you like and leave the rest to us. Yu Xingyu smiled and said, These two great clans of the Nine Suns' sacred ground have a sufficient foundation. If you marry one of their disciples, it can be considered as a suitable match. Yu Yao Yao's expression is gloomy because this is clearly urging them to get married. If she did not want to help Qin Yun investigate the strength of the great heavenly battle god, she would have already thought of a way to escape. Qin Yun is also rushing towards the Great Sky divine race. After receiving the news from Yu Yao Yao, he only smiled. However, he also thought of many things and realized that the relationship between the ancient Yu clan and the Great Sky divine race is very good. He also replied to Yu Yao Yao and thanked her for the news. Soon after, he tried to contact Xiao Yuelon, Xiao Yuemei, Luiyue Shuyin, and Yu Yu inside the Myriad Realms divine son, but he still did not receive any reply. He tried to contact them many times before to ask about the situation of Diwu Divine Sunday. Could it be that they are all asleep? Qin Yun has not been able to contact the Nine Sun Divine Maiden recently. He only feels that they're doing very mysterious things. Ling Yun is said with smile. Xiao Yun, maybe the formation of the Heaven's Mandate Holy Land had a lot to do with the Nine Sun Divine Maiden. They said before that they will complete some mission, help form some great formation, and the like. Qin Yun nodded and said, Maybe they are the ones who secretly facilitated it. Xiao Yun, there are still no concrete details about the realm above Divine Heaven Lord. What exactly is going on? Logically speaking, the Nine Sun Holy Land and those mysterious ancient race should have reached this realm long ago. Do they still not understand? Ling Yun asked. They definitely don't understand. After all, this is a completely new realm. Moreover, it was only after the appearance of Myriad Heaven's Divine Desolate and Myriad Realms' Divine Sun that they were able to reach this realm. New environment, new era, new realm. It is not that easy to comprehend. It is very clear. Although Qin Yun has not reached that completely new realm, he also knows that it is very difficult to advance on that path. This is mainly because all the people he met who entered the new realm said the same thing. The first person he met, Heavenly Ghost Ancestor, almost caused his cultivation to regress. Qin Yun is currently flying towards the Great Sky Divine Race's base camp. Yu Yao Yao sent him several messages one after another, asking him if he has left the Heaven's Mandate Holy Land. Qin Yun did not reply, because it is impossible for him to leave the Heaven's Mandate Holy Land at this time. Apart from meeting the Great Sky War God and the Saint-level assassin, he also has to wait for the appearance of the strongest dragon race. This is a major event of the great era of Myriad Heaven's Divine Desolate. He must personally witness it. Furthermore, he has not tested the power of the Dragon Peach Crystal Seed. There are many people with extremely high cultivation in the Heaven's Mandate Holy Land. They're the best candidates to test the power of the Dragon Peach Crystal Seed. Qin Yun slowed down a bit. He is afraid that he will encounter Yu Yao Yao and the rest of the ancient Yu clan on the way. He wants to wait for Yu Yao Yao to arrive first and then enter. Yao Yao, why are you and your father going to the great sky divine race? Qin Yun also wants to know the movements of the ancient Yu clan. I was forced to go on a blind date. My father is preparing to marry me off. He wants to arrange a blind date with the young experts of the great sky divine race and the great Yin divine race. Yu Yaoyao's voice is filled with resentment. Really? He is really a good father, Qin Yun said with smile. Nowadays, there are not many fathers who are so worried about their daughter's marriage. He wants to use me to form a marriage alliance with those two powerful races and then obtain the resources of the Nine-Sun Holy Land. Aren't all the children of the great families like this? Qin Yun, you have never experienced this. You don't understand. Yu Yaoyao lightly groaned and said. Qin Yun said with smile, I have experienced this kind of trivial matters much more than you. I have seen many, of course I understand. I have no choice but to say that you are truly capable. Originally, you were destined to be eliminated by the heavenly law Tao orthodoxy, but you managed to endure it and even became the young divine king of myriad heavens divine desolate. Yu Yaoyao sincerely admires Qin Yun. A3. I, the young divine king, am very miserable. Everyone covets the position of divine king, but they don't dare to deal with the great divine king, so they can only deal with me, the young divine king. Qin Yun is very helpless. Qin Yun, I want to go on a blind date. Give me some advice. Yu Yaoyao said in a very vexed manner. If it's suitable, then let's make do with the marriage. Qin Yun said with smile. Scram, I'm not getting married. Yu Yaoyao's displeased voice rang out. How about this? I will say on a magic mirror that you, Imperial Demon Yao, are my, Qin Yun's, mistress. This way, I can guarantee that your blind date will definitely fail. Qin Yun said with smile. Of course, I am a dead pig that is not afraid of boiling water, so you don't need to worry that I will be besieged. Yu Yaoyao immediately rejected him and harumphed. I'll think of a way myself. Don't talk nonsense. I don't want to be your concubine. I want to be your master. By the way, you remember, stay away from the heavens mandate sacred land and listen to me. Qin Yun only smiled and did not reply. Then, he severed the connection and thought to himself, Little Demonis, how can I listen to you? Do you really think you are my master? Ling Yun, smiled and said, Xiao Yun, hurry up and save your little wife from the pain of a blind date. In the evening, Qin Yun saw an area in front of him that was surrounded by many crystal pillars. These crystal pillars are over 10,000 feet tall, as if they are supporting the heavens. They are very thick, and there is energy flowing inside them. Bright runes are faintly discernible under the sunlight. It is very shocking. The great Heaven Divine race and the great Yin Divine race have used thousands of these pillars to surround a large area and form a formation barrier. As expected of someone from the Nine-Sun Holy Ground, they are really generous. How much manpower and material resources would be used to build this kind of formation? Qin Yun exclaimed in his heart. Why are they surrounding that area? Could it be that they want to occupy this area? Will the dragon race give it to them? Ling Yun asked. This place is very familiar. Qin Yun opened his heavenly eye and said in shock, Isn't this where the dragon peach divine tree is? Could it be that there is something hidden here? I remember that this place is very close to the Heaven Fate Dragon Lake. Ling Yun said. Qin Yun immediately took out the magic mirror and contacted Xiansha, Zi, and Chu Wuxing. He asked them why the great Yin Divine race and the great Heaven Divine race chose this place to build their base camp. Xiansha Zi is a member of the Heaven Mystery Sect, and he is also in that base camp. Chu Wuxing and Xiansha Zi do not know that this is the place where the Dragon Peach Divine Tree is located because before they came, the great Heaven Divine race and the great Yin Divine race had already changed this place. They said that they will try their best to find out more about the situation. Qin Yun landed on the ground and used his heavenly eye to observe the movement at the entrance. Imperial Yao Yao has already entered the barrier. There is a large stone tablet outside the entrance with the words Great Heaven Divine City written on it. This place is called Great Heaven Divine City. It seems like the Great Heaven Divine race has put in the most effort The great heaven divine race even created the greatest heaven sect before, and now they are building the great heaven divine city in the heaven fate sacred land. And the great Een divine race only organized a non-human gathering, and they made such a mess. Chapter 2686. Chinyan took out the devil mirror and wanted to contact the Monkey King, but he can't. He can only contact Long Shu. Long Shu, I am Chinyan. Heaven's mandate sacred land is your territory, right? How much do you know about Heaven's mandate sacred land? Chinyan wants to ask if there are any good things hidden at the place where the dragon peach divine tree was planted. My tree dragon race knows a lot about Heaven's mandate sacred land. Why are you asking this? Have you taken a fancy to a piece of land? Long Shu said with smile. Let's wait for the heavenly dragon race to come into being. I will help you get it. Long Shu is very good to Chinyan, mainly because she wants Chinyan to help her. Furthermore, she knows that this young divine, King Chinyan's potential is not small. Moreover, he has mastered bloodline heavenly rune. A great heaven divine city has appeared in Heaven's mandate sacred land. Chinyan immediately informed Long Shu about the situation here, took a picture, and sent it to her. Although there are some giant dragons flying in the sky, they don't seem to say anything. Chinyan doesn't know why. These guys are actually occupying the treasure land of the Dragon Peach Divine Tree. Don't worry about them. Wait for the dragon race to come out. They will be in for a good time. Long Shu said very angrily. Oh, that's right. Are those mysterious races also inside the great heaven divine city? Chinyan asked. More than 10 mysterious races appeared before. They cut down the Dragon Peach divine tree and even uprooted it. It can be seen that they are very powerful. I don't know. In short, these guys are very arrogant. Chinyan, you better stay away from them. Long Shu said. And I know. Chinyan replied, and then put away the devil mirror. After he became invisible, he walked towards the nearest pillar. He wants to see whether or not the barrier can penetrate it. The people inside the great heaven divine city can use the devil mirror to communicate with the outside. It means that the space has not been sealed. After Chinyan approached, he secretly checked. Although the space has been sealed, it has been restricted. If he wants to open a large spatial passage, it will not work, and he will be discovered. And the spatial passage produced by the devil mirror is very weak. It can only produce a very weak spatial ripple. It can be ignored. The boundary of the great sky divine city did not obstruct the spatial ripples emitted by the demonic mirror. Hence, it would not affect the demonic mirror inside. These guys' barrier is quite powerful. Even if I let the little ant queen bring me into the dark space, I'm afraid I'll be discovered. Chinyan probed and realized that it would be very difficult to sneak in. There was only one entrance, and it was a very small door. Even if the guard at the door was not strong, there were all sorts of enchantments and tools at the door. It would be very difficult for Chinyan to pass through invisibly. The abilities displayed by the powerful clans from the Nine Suns Sacred Ground gave Chinyan a preliminary understanding of them. Chinyan planned to let Xian Sha or Chu Wuxing come out and then enter their storage Dharma treasures. That way he could sneak in. However, they were afraid that the great heaven divine race's enchantments and tools would be able to detect that there were people in their storage treasures. After Chinyan distanced himself from the barrier, he took out a faraway tool and stared at the door. He realized that the person who entered needed to take off all the storage treasures on their body and then place them on a disc that was engraved with complicated runes. Sure enough, storage treasures need to be tested. After Chinyan realized this, he canceled his plan to find Chu Wuxing. Now, there is only one way. It will be very tiring. Chinyan put away the faraway tool. What way? I can't think of any good way to go in, unless I make a big commotion. Lingyaner is also helping Chinyan think of a way. Chinyan said with smile, I am after all called Mouse King. How can I dig a hole? Dig into the ground? Is that okay? Lingyaner feels that it will be very difficult and said, there must be a barrier inside the barrier. If you want to dig into the ground, you will have to activate the barrier covering the ground. Not only the barrier inside the city, if you want to dig a hole outside the city, you must dig a very deep hole, because the barrier released by the formation pillars also penetrates very deep into the ground. Even if there are barriers inside the city, those barriers will definitely be affected. Don't forget that the Dragon Peach Divine Tree was planted inside. The roots of the Dragon Peach Divine Tree are very deep. After it was uprooted, how deep is the hole? Leave that hole, Qin Yun said. Maybe they found something after entering the hole. Xiao Yun, it's a pity that you didn't go down to check before. Ling Yun said with sigh. What pity? This is the Heaven's Mandate Holy Land. Even if they found it, they would have to get the dragon race's consent. Qin Yun finished speaking and immediately used mysterious penetration divine ability to drill into the ground. After he drilled deep enough, he didn't sense any barrier power from the formation pillars and drilled forward. Very soon, he entered the depths of the great heaven divine city. And now, he only needs to drill up and find a place where there is no one around. Before Qin Yun drilled into the ground, he released his heavenly eye clone to help him locate his position. As he drilled up, he released his formidable mental power to probe the situation above. Great Heaven Divine Race built the Great Heaven Divine City here with such a large force. It must be because there is something hidden underground. Qin Yun drilled up very slowly. After a while, he discovered that his mental power can't penetrate the things above. I encountered something. I am still very far from the ground. Qin Yun is secretly alarmed and then slowed down his speed. Very soon, he touched something very hard. It's a crystal. There's a very thick crystal below. Qin Yun is extremely shocked. He took out a light-emitting stone to illuminate it and discovered that it is a white crystal. He wanted to go around this white crystal, but he discovered that this crystal is not ordinary. It is as big as the entire Great Heaven Divine City and is located below the Great Heaven Divine City. The formation pillars surrounding the Great Heaven Divine City and the barrier power that penetrates the ground just happens to cover this crystal. Qin Yun is extremely shocked. The area occupied by the Great Heaven Divine Race is truly incredible. There is actually a crystal the size of a large city. It seems like they don't have a barrier on the ground. This crystal can block the passage to the ground. Qin Yun secretly smiled. As long as there is no barrier blocking, he can use Transcending Void Step to pass through. Mysterious Penetration Divine Ability can't penetrate this crystal, but Transcending Void Step can. Qin Yun used Transcending Void Step to travel through space and smoothly pass through. After passing through, he discovered that he is in water. Not good. This is the Heaven's Mandate Dragon Lake's water. Qin Yun is greatly alarmed and promptly shut his mouth to prevent the lake water from entering his body. He doesn't know what will happen if he drinks the lake water for the second time, and he doesn't want to drink it again. Moreover, the environment here is not suitable for him to try. Could it be that the crystal was formed from the Heaven's Mandate Dragon Lake's water? Qin Yun now knows that there is a huge mysterious crystal under the area occupied by the Great Heaven Divine City and a large amount of Heaven's Mandate Dragon Lake's water. Xiao Yun, could it be that they want to secretly nurture the dragon race? Ling Yun said, dragons can quickly reproduce after drinking the Heaven's Mandate Dragon Lake's water. Moreover, the dragons that hatch from the dragon eggs will be even stronger. That's possible. Qin Yun swam upstream. After swimming for a while, he touched the soil. He estimated that the lake water is several hundred meters deep. Qin Yun moved through the soil. At the same time, he did not forget to release his mental power to investigate. There is still a bit of distance between him and the ground. He doesn't know if there's a barrier on the ground or not. Not long after, he approached the ground. There's actually no barrier. These guys must have thought that the crystal and the Heaven's Mandate Dragon Lake water would be very difficult to penetrate. Qin Yun is secretly happy. He guessed that the Great Heaven Divine Race must have closed the barrier covering the ground to save energy. This area is very big. If they covered it, they would consume even more energy, meaning they would need even more resources. This kind of great formation is mostly maintained by divine cosmos golden stones. Every hour, it consumes a lot of divine cosmos golden stones. It is already nighttime. The heaven's divine moon is hanging high in the sky, illuminating the heaven's mandate holy land. The heaven's mandate holy land is still in a terrible state. The ground is a mess. After those giant trees turned into tree dragons, they left behind many large craters. However, once the strongest dragon race comes into being, the heaven's mandate holy land will undergo an earth-shaking transformation. Maybe it will become one of the most flourishing and powerful areas in the heaven's divine desolate. Qin Yin is very close to Imperial Yao Yao. As long as Imperial Yao Yao was nearby, he could use his demonic mirror to pinpoint Imperial Yao Yao's location. Coupled with the heavenly eye doppelganger in the sky, even if he was underground, he could quickly pinpoint Imperial Yao Yao's location. Here, he can only go find Imperial Yao Yao. He can't go to Chu Wu Xing and Xian Shazi because they are together with the Heaven Secret Sex upper echelons. Imperial Yao Yao is a woman, and she came with her father. She has a lot of personal space. Imperial Yao Yao's location is inside a courtyard. It is quite big. There are a few small buildings in the courtyard, and she is in one of them. Qin Yun used the mysterious penetration divine ability to move underground as if he is diving. Very quickly, he arrived at the small building where Imperial Yao Yao is. He sensed and confirmed that Imperial Yao Yao is above his head. Moreover, she is alone in the house. Should I go up? Qin Yun is calculating in his heart. If he suddenly appeared like this, he will definitely scare Imperial Yao Yao. However, if Qin Yun wants to find the great heaven war god, he can only rely on Imperial Yao Yao. Let's go up. Since you are here, what's there to be afraid of? Ling Yuner said with smile. Qin Yun also knows that Imperial Yao Yao is a person who has seen the world. She will not be scared so easily. After he decided, he immediately went up. After he went up, Imperial Yao Yao also discovered that something is approaching. She immediately entered a state of vigilance. She held a long sword in her hand. Her face is filled with killing intent. It's me. After Qin Yun came out, he patted the dust off his body and said with smile, Imperial Yao Yao is wearing light clothes. Her feet are bare. Under her white shorts, her pair of slender jade legs are shining brilliantly. Her upper body is wearing very small clothes, revealing a jade waist with slightly protruding abs. It can be seen that this is her underwear, and she is preparing to take a bath. Imperial Yao Yao slightly gritted her teeth. She is alarmed and angry in her heart. She is momentarily speechless. She stamped her feet, walked over, and kicked Qin Yun. Chapter 2687. Yu Yao Yao placed her hands on her hips. Her eyebrows are slightly knitted. Her beautiful pink eyes stared at Qin Yun and said with slight annoyance, Then do you want to come together? How can I do that? I am very shy, forget it. Qin Yun said with smile, and then walked toward the bathroom door. Seeing that Qin Yun is about to go out, Yu Yao Yao quickly walked over and grabbed his hand. She said in low voice, Don't go out. There are people outside waiting for me to take a bath. If a man like you suddenly runs out of my bathroom, what will the people outside think? Qin Yun naturally knows that there are people outside. That's why he deliberately walked out. Then what should I do? I can't stay here. I will disturb your bath. Qin Yun said, How about this? I will cover my eyes, and you can slowly bath. Seeing Qin Yun's expression, Yu Yao Yao knows that he is doing it on purpose. She immediately took out a red dress and put it on. Then she let down her beautiful red hair and said, Then I won't bathe first. I will go out and send away the people outside. Who is outside? Qin Yun said with frown. This door should lead to your bedroom, right? He rubbed his chin and pretended to think very seriously. Then he suddenly said with smile, Is it a man you like? Go to hell. I already said that I won't marry so casually. The person outside is a woman from the Great Heaven Divine race. She is arranged by the Great Heaven Divine race to let me know, to familiarize me with the Great Heaven Divine city. Moreover, they will arrange for me to go on a blind date. They believe that having a female companion with me will make me feel less restrained. Qin Yun said with smile. So there is a woman outside. You should have said so earlier. I will go out and flirt with her. Yu Yaoyao immediately grabbed Qin Yun's clothes and secretly pinched him. She cursed in low voice. You scoundrel, don't act recklessly. If she sees a man coming out of my bathroom, it will be very troublesome. What troublesome? Don't you hate blind dates? If I go out and she sees that you have a man, she won't take you on a blind date. Qin Yun said with smile. That won't do. If this gets out, people will think that I am a loose woman. Yu Yaoyao, am about to go on a blind date, but before that, I am with a man in a bathroom. I want my reputation. I am not as thick-skinned as you. Yu Yaoyao grabbed Qin Yun's arm and pinched him a few times. Qin Yun wrinkled his nose and said with a smile, Aren't you going to take a bath? If you take a shower, are you going to pick a man with that beauty outside? I smell good even if I don't bathe. When Imperial Demon Yao saw how Qin Yun is deliberately covering his nose, he could not help but glare at him fiercely. Yu Yaoyao put on her clothes and pushed Qin Yun to a corner of the bathroom. She pressed him against the wall and sternly warned him not to run around. Then she hurried out of the bathroom. Qin Yun opened his heavenly eye and saw a woman wearing a purple dress. Her hair was coiled into a bun with luxurious accessories. This woman had dressed up meticulously from head to toe, and she wore a luxurious purple dress. She looked dignified and elegant, and had a noble temperament. She was also a very pleasing beauty. Sister Daishin, I won't be going to the banquet later. I suddenly don't want to go. Yu Yaoyao said with some embarrassment. I have made you wait for a long time. I am truly sorry. That purple-dressed woman saw Yu Yaoyao's words and gently smiled. Then she held Yu Yaoyao's hands and said with gentle and sweet voice, Yaoyao, this is something we will have to face sooner or later. For the sake of our family, we must choose a husband from a strong race to be married. I don't have to marry. My father said that if I don't like it, I cannot marry. Yu Yaoyao curled her lips and said, Sister Daishin, your Ling family is the strongest in the very heaven divine race. Why would your Ling family want a marriage alliance? Ling Daishin's beautiful eyes are like water. They are filled with helplessness. However, her face has a helpless and beautiful, gentle smile. There is no other way. This is my fate. I must face it, although they arrange for me to accompany you, so that you don't have to be so nervous. But actually, I also need someone to accompany me. Ling Daishin is still holding Yu Yaoyao's hands. Her expression is somewhat resentful. When Yu Yaoyao saw Ling Daishin's beautiful eyes that are filled with earnest pleading, she felt extremely unbearable in her heart. She knows that Ling Daishin is deliberately saying this to make her go to the banquet. However, she is unable to refuse Ling Daishin. She also knows that this is a very formidable woman. Qin Yun also secretly feels that this Ling Daishin is not someone who is easy to deal with. Her appearance is neither beautiful nor charming, but her body's charm is extremely formidable. Even a woman like Yu Yaoyao has been charmed by her. This woman is a bit strange. She is actually trying to seduce Yaoyao. Qin Yun is watching from the bathroom. He is somewhat apprehensive. He is after all a spectator. He can see something from Ling Daishin's expression. Ling Daishin saw Yu Yaoyao is hesitating, then stood up, tightly hugged her waist, and said with smile, Yaoyao, just treat it as accompanying elder sister. You can also help elder sister check it out. Yu Yaoyao bit her lips. She doesn't know why at this moment. She only feels that her thoughts are drifting, especially when she gazed at Ling Daishin's beautiful eyes that are filled with magic power. Her heart is actually beating wildly. Ling Daishin gently caressed Yu Yaoyao's beautiful face. Then she slightly opened her red lips, wanting to kiss Yu Yaoyao. Motherfucker, you dare to seduce a little demoness in front of me. When Qin Yun saw that Yu Yaoyao has already sunk into a confused state, he immediately used the mysterious penetration divine ability and went out of the bathroom door. After he went out, he quickly put on a mask, then extended 2 fingers and blocked in front of Yu Yaoyao's red lips. Ling Daishin gently kissed Qin Yun's 2 fingers and immediately sensed that someone suddenly appeared. Miss Ling, right? Since you like women, why are you willing to marry a stinky man? Qin Yun said with smile. Since you have decided to marry, why are you still seducing Yao Yao? Young master, who are you to Yao Yao? Ling Daixin sensed that the strength of the man in front of her is unfathomable and quickly retreated a few steps. Yu Yao Yao also realized that she was almost bewitched by Ling Daixin just now. Then, who do you think I am to Yao Yao? Qin Yun said with a smile. Ling Daixin looked at Qin Yun's mask and his star-like eyes. Her own eyes also flickered like the autumn waves of water. Her expression suddenly became extremely gentle, and it even revealed a strange power. In that instant, Qin Yun felt that he could disregard everything for the woman in front of him. He could go crazy for her. He could even die for her. Of course, this is only a momentary feeling. He just had this kind of feeling in his heart, and he immediately extinguished it. In terms of willpower, there is really no one who can compare to Qin Yun. After all, he has experienced the tempering of 9 lifetimes. Miss Ling, aren't you looking for a partner? What do you think of me? Qin Yun said with a faint smile. Pretty good. Ling Daixin realized that she can't bewitch the woman in front of her, so she smiled gently. Her smile is very beautiful. It makes people want to caress her beautiful, smiling face. Qin Yun really reached out his hand to caress her beautiful, jade-like face. Ling Daixin did not refuse. Instead, she used her jade-like hand to caress the back of Qin Yun's hand. It seems that she enjoys Qin Yun caressing her jade-like face. As she caressed the back of Qin Yun's hand, her eyes were as gentle as water as she stared at Qin Yun. At this moment, Qin Yun once again had that feeling from before. It made him suddenly want to give up everything and love the woman in front of him with all his heart. This feeling only appeared for an instant before it suddenly disappeared. It was like a small flame that had just ignited and was immediately extinguished. Yu Yao Yao realized that something is wrong. She also knew that Ling Daixin used an extremely terrifying, bewitching technique. As long as she saw Ling Daixin's eyes, she couldn't help but want to get close to her. Moreover, she wanted to be with her forever and make her her eternal companion. Even though she knew that Ling Daixin used a bewitching technique to confuse her mind, she was not angry because of this. Instead, she felt extremely happy. Miss Ling, what's the point of doing this? The feelings you obtain like this are completely meaningless. Qin Yun laughed and then vigorously pinched Ling Daixin's face. He suddenly realized that Ling Daixin's face is very easy to pinch. Ling Daixin's heart is alarmed. She never expected that her bewitching technique would be broken by a man one after another. One must know that even women would be captivated by her, not to mention men. Her face is being pinched by Qin Yun. Her eyes are filled with grief. She said in a low voice, "Young master, Daixin was wrong. I also wanted to complete the mission given to me by the higher-ups and bring Yao Yao to go on a blind date. Please don't blame me. Sister Daixin, I'm willing to go with you, but you have to promise me one thing and sign a soul contract with me." Yu Yao Yao looked at Qin Yun and said, "You are not allowed to tell anyone that there's a man in my room, and you are not allowed to reveal to anyone that he is here." "All right, I won't say anything," Ling Daixin said with a chuckle, and then gently pulled Yu Yao Yao's hand. She really immediately signed a soul contract with Yu Yao Yao. "All right, I'll go take a bath first." Yu Yao Yao felt a lot more at ease and immediately entered the bathroom to take a bath. Ling Daixin and Qin Yun are sitting at a round table. Ling Daixin's hand is supporting her fragrant cheek. Her pair of gentle and magical eyes are staring fixedly at Qin Yun. She is not willing to give up, so she is still constantly strengthening her charm to try to seduce Qin Yun. Qin Yun drank tea and said with a smile, "Don't try, you won't succeed. That's because my realm is not high enough. Wait until my bewitching technique breaks through another level. I will definitely succeed." Ling Daixin said with a chuckle, "Young master, who exactly are you? Yao Yao doesn't want others to know that you are here." I snuck in. Qin Yun took off his mask and said with a smile, "I am Qin Yun. I came here to find your great heaven war god. I heard that he wanted to capture me. After all, he came all the way from the 9 Suns sacred land. I didn't want to trouble him to personally come find me. So, I delivered myself here. Ling Daixin is very astonished in her heart, but the smile on her face became even wider. You don't believe me? Qin Yun saw Ling Daixin smile and felt somewhat surprised in his heart. Chapter 2688. Qin Yun maintained a smile on his face, but he is actually very shocked in his heart. He still doesn't dare to believe it and said, You don't look like the great heaven war god at all. Ling Daixin's eyes moved about. She pursed her lips into a smile and asked, Where do I not look like it? You are too weak. Qin Yun expressed his doubts, then extended his hand to caress Ling Daixin's face and said with smile, Are you really the great heaven war god? You are a grand, great heaven war god. Yet you are helping someone touch your face so casually? Ling Daixin really didn't resist Qin Yun at all. She said with smile, That depends on who it is. If it was someone else who wanted to touch my face, as long as they stretched out their hand, I guarantee that all the bones in their arm would be broken into pieces. Qin Yun was startled when he saw Ling Daixin say these words with a smile. He pinched Ling Daixin's face and immediately retracted his hand. He said with smile, Then I won't touch anymore. If it's you, I will allow you to touch, but no outsiders can be present. Ling Daixin looked at the bathroom and said, Did you come out from there? I just came out from the ground to find Yao Yao. I didn't expect that she would be taking a bath. Qin Yun spread out his hands and said with smile, So you're really honest. You actually didn't come out when she was taking a bath. Ling Daixin said with smile, This is very different from the information I have. To tell you the truth, I have a nickname called Honest Qin. Qin Yun sighed and said, I quite like this nickname. Ling Daixin can't help but laugh. She laughed very happily. She looked at the bathroom again and said in low voice, Don't tell Yao Yao that I'm the great heaven war god. Help me keep the secret for now, okay? Why? Isn't it good to let her know? Qin Yun asked. Actually, even in the great heaven god race, there are not many people who know that I am the great heaven war god. And I didn't have to tell you. Help me keep this secret. Ling Daixin said seriously. Are you still going to capture me? Qin Yun asked. Ling Daixin sweetly smiled and shook her head. I can't even capture your heart, let alone capture you. I truly don't believe that you are great heaven war god. Qin Yun once again became suspicious. Ling Daixin's expression suddenly changed. She, who was extremely gentle a moment ago, suddenly became stern. The purple dress on her body fluttered slightly, and a strong divine power, aura, slowly leaked out from her body. Qin Yun secretly took a deep breath after sensing the powerful divine power aura on her body. He said, All right, I promise you that I won't tell Yao Yao that you are the great heaven war god. Then you have to promise not to hurt her. Of course, I won't hurt her. I like her so much. Although Ling Daixin had a smile on her face, there was a hint of sadness in her eyes. Do you really like her? Qin Yun found it unbelievable. She's a good person. She's just a little delicate, but it's not a big problem. Ling Daixin shook her head and smiled. I just want to be your sister. I don't have any other intentions. Qin Yun curled his lips and said, You nearly kissed her just now. Don't you have other thoughts? Who told her to be so moving? Don't tell me. He didn't move your heart? Ling Daixin said with light smile. To be honest, I was very jealous just now. I wanted to kill you. Qin Yun waved his hand and said, I really came here to find great heaven war god. Yao Yao told me that the great heavenly war god is coming to cause trouble for me. This made me upset, so I decided to strike first. Qin Yun, you're really something. Qin Yun, you really are a character. If other people knew that they were targeted by great heaven war god, they wouldn't even have time to hide. But you came knocking on my door. Ling Daixin said with smile, You want to find another great heaven war god? All right, wait a moment, follow me and Yao Yao. She will be able to see him when she attends the banquet. Qin Yun said, Then should I dress up? Ling Daixin rolled her eyes and said with smile, Yes, you must dress up as my male slave. I refuse. Qin Yun immediately said, You must have an identity and come with me. Ling Daixin also extended her hand, touched Qin Yun's face and said with light smile, I didn't expect you to be such a good person, completely different from the rumors. Then do you like men or women? Qin Yun gently grabbed her lily-white hand. I like both men and women, Ling Daixin said with charming smile. How about this? You pretend to be my personal inscription master and come with me to the banquet. Qin Yun asked, Personal inscription master? Then how can I pretend to be one? Ling Daixin explained, Within the 9-sun holy ground, as long as you hold high position, you will have a powerful inscription master as your companion. I should have had one, but I couldn't find a suitable candidate. Could this be a master-servant relationship? I don't want to pretend to be your servant. Qin Yun said, Of course not. I am the great heaven war god. An inscription master chosen by me must have a high position. Ling Daixin said, I heard that you are a good inscription master and also a pill master. Qin Yun nodded. My inscription technique is very strong. Within your great heaven god race, there are only 2 or 3 inscription masters who can surpass me in inscription technique. You are truly boasting shamelessly. Ling Daixin burst into laughter and said, You can't pretend to be my inscription master like this. It is too exaggerated. I'm serious. Qin Yun believes that his inscription technique is in no way inferior to the top inscription masters of various races. Ling Daixin took out a set of luxurious white robe, placed it on the table, and said, Change into this set of clothes. Qin Yun flipped over the robe and said with face full of disgust, This is what you prepared for your personal inscription master? So low quality. Quickly put on. Ling Daixin said. Turn around. Qin Yun said. You are a man. What are you afraid of? Quickly put it on. Ling Daixin didn't have the slightest intention of turning around. She said with smile, I didn't expect you to be so shy. Qin Yun also only took off the clothes on his upper body. He discovered that when he took off the clothes on his upper body, Ling Daixin's beautiful eyes were burning hot. He really wanted to release the rogue elf Ling Yun, and let her fight against this female wolf Ling Daixin. After Qin Yun changed into it and put on the silver mask, he looked like a hidden inscription master. Qin Yun pretended to be someone else's follower before, but this is the first time he pretended to be someone else's personal inscription master. All right, very good. Ling Daixin circled around Qin Yun twice and said with smile, I am very satisfied. Hey, I am not your personal inscription master. I am only temporarily pretending. Qin Yun immediately said. Ling Daixin suddenly grabbed Qin Yun's hand with both of her hands and said in a sweet and soft voice, Honest, Qin, I really want to go on a blind date tonight. Help me properly destroy it. Qin Yun said, That is easy, but how are you going to repay me? There is no need to repay me with your body. I don't like it. He also doesn't want Ling Daixin to continue acting like a spoiled child. He can't stand it anymore. I can give you some information about the Great Divine King. As a little Divine King, you should really want to know about the Great Divine King, right? Ling Daixin said. After Qin Yun sat down, he asked, As a great heaven war god, why are you being manipulated by your family? Do you want to get married or something? After all, I was nurtured by my family. I have to repay my family. Otherwise, how could I have my current position? Ling Daixin sighed and said, There are many ways to repay. There is no need to use this kind of method. Qin Yun shook his head and said, If I capture you and hand you over to my family, I won't have to marry someone I don't like. I don't think I can capture you, so I can only accept my fate. Ling Daixin said. Qin Yun said, I can help you escape from the great heaven god race. Ling Daixin shook her head and said, I can escape at any time, but I can't betray my family. In that case, you can still be considered to be affectionate and righteous. All right, I will properly ruin your blind date. Qin Yun said, The other great heaven war god you're looking for is called Wei Shuangyan. He is from the great heaven god race's Wei family. His strength is much stronger than mine. I don't know much about him because great heaven war gods are very secretive existences. Ling Daixin said, Great heaven war gods are all youngsters? Qin Yun asked. Ling Daixin nodded. At this time, someone outside shouted, Yao, what are you doing? You still haven't gone to the banquet? It's Ling Taiyun. He is my elder brother. I have hundreds of brothers and sisters, and this Ling Taiyun is one of the sons my father values very much. Then what is your father's position in the great heaven god race? Qin Yun can guess that Ling Daixin's father must have a very high position. The great heaven god race's emperor is my father, Ling Daixin earnestly said. Ling Taiyun is my older brother. Not only is his talent high, his temperament is also excellent. He is highly valued. That's why his strength is only stronger than mine. Don't underestimate him. Qin Yun thought of the young master that Chu Wuxing was protecting. He was the low-key son of the arch of the Extreme Sky clan. Ling Taiyun lightly shouted from outside, Yao Yao, I'll be going first. Hurry up and go. Everyone is waiting for you. You want to pursue Yao Yao? Asked Qin Yun. Everyone wants to pursue her, including me. Ling Daixin laughed and said, Don't you know how important Yao Yao is? Is it because of her dark Kuan Peng? Asked Qin Yun with a frown. It's not the dark Kuan Peng anymore. It's the nine-sun Kuan Peng. I heard that the Kuan Peng's heart is a heavenly universe, divine sun. Ling Daixin frowned. You don't know about this? You were the one who saved that Kuan Peng. Qin Yun spread his hands and said, Yao Yao never told me. The Kuan Peng has become a nine suns Kuan Peng, and there's a heavenly universe, divine sun in its body. What does this mean? Do you still need to ask me? How could you not know how powerful heavenly universe divine sun is? Oh, that's right. You once obtained a heavenly universe divine sun, but it was too small. It didn't grow well and then died, right? Ling Daixin said. Chapter 2689. Qin Yun obtained the heavenly cosmic divine sun. This matter is still remembered by many people. Even though it is a very small heavenly cosmic divine sun, it is still very terrifying in Qin Yun's hands. But after Qin Yun obtained it, he did not release it for a very long time. This made all the major powers believe that the small heavenly cosmic divine sun did not survive. What they don't know is that the heavenly cosmic divine sun is growing very well inside the nine-sun divine spirit. Qin Yun obtained many small divine suns to feed the divine sun inside the nine-sun divine spirit. Now you know how popular Yao Yao is, right? Fortunately, her position in the clan is not low, so the clan's requirements for her are not that strict. Otherwise, they would definitely force her to hand over the Kuan Peng. Ling Daixin said, The Kuan Peng was subdued by Yao Yao, and now it has evolved into a nine-sun Kuan Peng. Who would dare to force her to hand it over? Even if Yao Yao hands it over, they would have to tame the Kuan Peng again. How could it be that easy? Qin Yun said with a smile. Ling Daixin nodded and said, That's right. I am quite envious of her. She is not bound by the clan too much. I'm here to fight the great heavenly war god. Since that Wei Shuangyin is the great heaven war god, does he have anything special about him? Qin Yun asked. I know very little about the other great heaven war gods. Ling Daixin shook her head. I only know that Wei Shuangyin is stronger than me. Do you think you can beat me? Qin Yun said with a smile. It's hard to say without fighting. Ling Daixin said with a smile. Even if you can beat him, you might not be able to beat Wei Shuangyin, because my specialty is not fighting. Her bewitching divine art is very powerful. She can easily bewitch people. Once they are bewitched by her, they will be at her mercy. Then is your bewitching divine art effective on other great heaven war gods? Qin Yun asked. Yes, very effective, Ling Daixin said confidently. Because I can enchant them, the elders in the clan don't allow me to use it, and even made me sign a soul contract with them. They don't even allow me to get close to them. She can't bewitch Qin Yun, so she's afraid of him. Because under normal circumstances, most men and women would be infatuated with her, and she had never failed. As for the Qin Yun in front of her, not only was she unable to bewitch him, she even felt that when she tried to bewitch him, she would suffer a mental backlash. Qin Yun now understands why the extreme heaven divine race had sent Ling Daixin. If her bewitching divine art had succeeded, she would have easily made Qin Yun hand over all his treasures. After Yao Yao took a bath, she came out and changed into a light pink dress. Her dressing was very ordinary and could not be considered gorgeous. However, her bright red hair and her beautiful face always made her the center of attention. Furthermore, her pair of enchanting pink eyes were the most peculiar, causing people to be unable to help but take a few more glances at her. Qin Yin had seen Yu Yaoyao's father before. The middle-aged man had black hair and black eyes. As for Yu Yaoyao's red hair and pink eyes, she had clearly inherited them from her mother. It was obvious that her mother was a woman of a different race. When Ling Daixin saw Yu Yaoyao coming out, she quickly walked over with a smile and praised Yu Yaoyao for being beautiful. Seeing that Qin Yin has changed his clothes, Imperial Demon Yao asked, "Sister Dayak Cyan, did you fight?" "No, we had a good chat." Ling Daixin smiled and said, "And I plan to bring him to the banquet." Yu Yaoyao immediately became worried, because she knows that Qin Yin has come this time to deal with the great heavenly battle god. Moreover, she also knows that Qin Yin is someone who is extremely good at stirring up trouble. Now that he wanted to bring Qin Yin to the banquet, it would definitely cause a lot of trouble. She did not know that Qin Yin had already revealed his identity to Imperial Yao Yao. Qin Yin said with a smile, "It's all right. I'm sure to take a look." In the Tatian Divine City, there were two powerful clans from the Nine Suns Sacred Ground, the Tatian Divine Tribe and the Ancient Yu clan. Hence, he had to restrain himself. "All right, but what identity will he use to go?" Yu Yao frowned. "I just told him that he will be my personal inscription master. I even gave him a name. He will be called Saint Master Long." Ling Daixin smiled and said, "Yao Yao, this friend of yours said that he is an inscription master, so I arranged it this way. Is that all right?" Yu Yaoyao nodded her head and then secretly sent voice transmission to Qin Yun, telling him not to act recklessly. Just like this, Qin Yun followed the two beauties out of the small building and boarded a large carriage to the place where the banquet will be held. Qin Yun is wearing a silver mask and following beside Ling Daixin. He is silent, his eyes are cold, giving people a very cold feeling. The place where the banquet will be held is a flat square in the middle of the Tatian Divine City. It has just been built, and there are already many people here. Most of them are from the Tatian Divine Tribe and the Tatian Divine Tribe. They have just come out from the Nine Sun Sacred Ground. Then there are the Ancient Yu clan and the law enforcement world. On the way here, Qin Yun learned from Ling Daixin and Yu Yaoyao that the 10 mysterious powerful clans from before are ancient clans of the same era as the Ancient Yu clan. As for what kind of powerful clan they are, Yu Yaoyao is not too clear. These ancient clans are called the Heaven Opening Ancient Clan. They have existed since the ancient times. They are mysterious and powerful. The Ancient Yu clan is also quite powerful among the Heaven Opening Ancient clans. There used to be 10 heaven-opening ancient clans, but now there are only 5 left. They are mainly active in other heavens and have only recently come to the Nine Sun Heavenly region. They want to stay in the Divine Wilderness for a long time and treat it as their center. Qin Yun is very wary of these heaven-opening ancient clans, mainly because they are mysterious and powerful. Rumor has it that the Ancient Yu clan created the descendants of the Divine Sun. Now, it seems that it is very likely that a few of the heaven-opening ancient clans did it together. Because the Ancient Yu clan members have very powerful souls, they must be the kind that cannot be killed. There used to be 10 heaven-opening ancient clans, but now there are only 5 left. It is not because the other 5 have been exterminated, but because they have been annexed by other heaven-opening ancient clans. The heaven-opening ancient clans have existed for so many years and are not extinct. It is obvious that they're the kind that are very difficult to kill. When Yu Yaoyao and Ling Daixin arrived at the square, they immediately attracted the fiery gazes of many men. Ling Taiyun was the first to arrive. After seeing him, many men who were about to come over immediately stopped. It is clear that they all know Ling Taiyun's identity. Qin Yun has seen Ling Taiyun before. He is indeed the low-profile man protected by Chu Wuxing. He is handsome and has a modest smile on his face as he walked towards Yu Yaoyao. Yu Yaoyao also greeted Ling Taiyun with a smile and chatted with him for a bit. At this moment, a cold-looking, extraordinary, short-haired man in black robes walked over with light steps. He held a long sword in his hand and had a cold expression on his face. Seeing this man, a group of people got out of the way one after another, their faces filled with reverence. "Greetings, War God Wei. War God Wei, long time no see. Your divine power has improved a lot again. War God Wei is really getting stronger and stronger." Some people began to flatter him. Qin Yun is somewhat surprised. He did not expect that Wei Shuangyin would appear in such a high-profile manner. He previously learned from Ling Daixin that War God Tai Tian is rather mysterious. It seems that Wei Shuangyin does not intend to keep a low profile anymore. After all, this is the great era of the divine wilderness. With his powerful divine power, he will definitely become an influential figure of this era. After Wei Shuangyin walked over, his expression relaxed a lot. He smiled stiffly at Yu Yao Yao and said, "I am Wei Shuangyin, the strongest war god of the great Heaven Divine tribe. Wei Shuangyin, I have only left the great Heaven Divine tribe not long ago, and you are already the strongest war god? Have you fought all the war gods?" Ling Taiyun smiled. "There's no need to fight. The other war gods all admit that I am the strongest." Wei Shuangyin is very confident. He raised his head and puffed out his chest, not even looking at Ling Taiyun. Ling Taiyun is not angry. He seems to understand the temperament of these war gods. At this time, a few elders and middle-aged men of the great Heaven Divine tribe walked over. Then Yu Yaoyao's father, Yu Xingyu, and a few other elders also came over to ease the atmosphere. Ling Taiyun is the son of the great Heaven Divine tribe's emperor, while Wei Shuangyin is the strongest war god. This is a battle between the Ling and Wei families. Right now, the great Heaven Divine tribe's emperor is from the Ling family, but that may not be the case in the future. It will depend on the strength of the next generation. Qin Yun also discovered that both Ling Taiyun and Wei Shuangyin are accompanied by a middle-aged man wearing an inscription master robe. He must be their personal inscription master. These two inscription masters looked inconspicuous, but after Qin Yun secretly observed them, he discovered that they were actually experts who had concealed themselves deeply. Their aura is very calm. Moreover, their slender hands are like bright jade, flowing with blood spirit power. Their eyes are flickering with runes from time to time. Moreover, they have the aura of inscription spirit on their bodies. They are inscription masters who have mastered inscription spirit. Daixin, who is this person beside you? Ling Taiyun also noticed Qin Yun and asked, "My personal inscription master, Brother Taiyun, don't you already have dozens of women?" Ling Daixin said, "Only dozens, not many." Ling Taiyun said with a smile, "Moreover, I don't like them anymore. I haven't seen them for a long time. No matter what, they're all my Ling family's people. It is not good for you to treat them like this." Ling Daixin cursed her heartless brother in her heart. Ling Taiyun said with a smile, "There is no other way. I am a person who likes the new and dislikes the old. They are living so comfortably in the Ling family, and I have not treated them badly." At this time, a few youngsters from the great Yin Divine tribe walked over. They are all accompanied by personal inscription masters. Personal inscription masters provide their employer with customized heavenly talismans, runes, formations, and many other things related to runes. All of them have very high status. Within the Nine Sun Holy Land, people with high status can bring their personal inscription masters. This is a symbol of their status and also a symbol of their strength. Chapter 2690. After the sudden arrival of the elders, the atmosphere of the scene became much less intense. Otherwise, when this group of young and arrogant geniuses gathered together, it would be very easy for them to have a conflict, which would then lead to a conflict. At this time, an elder of the Sun Yin Divine race walked towards Ling Daixin with a young man and said with a smile, "Miss Ling, I am Xian Zhanquan of the Sun Yin Divine race, an elder of the Sun Yin Divine race. This is my son, Xian Huazhan. He is the Sun Yin War God of the Sun Yin Divine race." Yin War God was Xian Zhanquan's son. This immediately attracted the attention of many people. Even the extremely arrogant way Shuangyan looked at Xian Zhanquan's son. There was less arrogance in his eyes and more sharpness in them. It was as if he wanted to fight with that young man. Huazhan, Miss Ling is the daughter of the emperor of the Extreme Sky Clan. She is also a great heaven war god. She is the only female war god of the Extreme Sky Divine race. Xian Zhanquan said with smile. Ling Daixin's eyebrows are slightly raised. She had asked Qin Yun to help her conceal the identity of the great heaven war god, but now Xian Zhanquan's big mouth has directly said it. Yu Yaoyao is very shocked and looked at Ling Daixin. She is very surprised that the woman arranged by the Extreme Sky Divine race is actually a great heaven war god. Qin Yun already knew about it, so he is very calm. Xian Huazhan is more than 2 meters tall. He can be said to be the tallest person here. His body is not strong, so he looks like a bamboo pole. His face was slightly long and his skin was tanned. He looked like a handsome man, but he was not even looking at Ling Daixin. Instead, he was looking at Yu Yaoyao. His eyes were filled with a devilish charm, as though he wanted to swallow Yu Yaoyao whole. I am not interested in Ling Daixin, Xian Huazhan said coldly. I don't want to know her. Ling Daixin is secretly happy. If Xian Huazhan takes a fancy to her and the elders have no objections, she will have to marry him. Many of the young geniuses here wanted to pursue Ling Daixin, but now they have to reconsider because Ling Daixin is a great heaven war god. Someone who can become a great heaven war god is not easy to get. Xian Zhanquan said with smile, Huazhan, be a bit polite. After all, she is the daughter of the emperor of the Extreme Sky Clan and is also a great heaven war god. So what? She doesn't deserve my courtesy. She became the great sky war god because her father is the emperor of the great sky tribe. She's no match for me, Xian Huazhan said mockingly. Ling Daixin looked relatively weak, but her strongest point was that bewitching mind method. Of course, she wouldn't use it on Xian Huazhan. It would make her feel very disgusted. That's right. With Ling Daixin's strength, it's impossible for her to become a war god. As the great heaven war god, I agree with your words. She was only able to become a war god because of her father. Wei Shuangyan also said loudly. Wei Shuangyan, what did you say? Daixin was able to become the great heavenly battle god because she worked hard to pass the test. Your Wei clan also participated in the test back then. Is your Wei clan going to deny it now? Ling Taiyun couldn't stand it anymore. Although Ling Daixin was his half-sister and they didn't have any feelings for each other, she was still his sister. So what? Wei Shuangyan sneered. If she was really that useful, would the great emperor of the Extreme Heaven tribe have pushed her out so casually? Xian Huazhan said with sneer. Exactly. I have slept with this kind of woman many times. A woman like her is definitely not willing to marry like this, but she pretends to be willing. Whoever marries her will have bad luck, unless she is willing to sign a master and slave contract and become a slave. Ling Daixin's face is expressionless. Qin Yin can see from her eyes that she is currently very helpless. You are not allowed to say such things about Sister Daixin. You are not worthy to marry Sister Daixin. I have seen many stinky men like you. You are not here to find a wife. You are here to find a slave. You treat women like horses to be tamed for fun. Yu Yaoyao couldn't stand it anymore and loudly spoke for Ling Daixin. Yaoyao. Yu Xingyu promptly pulled his daughter back. Over many formidable young elites present saw Yu Yaoyao's words and their eyes lit up. Because in their eyes, Yu Yaoyao is just a good horse that needs to be tamed. Qin Yun is very flabbergasted. He originally thought that Ling Daixin was quite popular. He never expected that she would be ridiculed like this. He carefully thought about it and felt that it is not strange for these formidable geniuses to have such thoughts. After all, Ling Daixin is a woman who has resigned herself to her fate. She obeyed the arrangements of her family. Even if she doesn't want to marry, she has to marry. This kind of woman who has resigned herself to her fate is not attractive to these formidable geniuses at all. He wants strong women who are hard to conquer. That way they can arouse their desire to conquer and make them feel good. And they now really want to conquer Yu Yaoyao. Miss you, As long as you marry me, I will definitely kill more than 100 women in my family. I will only love you. Qian Huazhan laughed loudly and said, if you marry me, Wei Shuangyin, with my strength, one day I will definitely become the emperor of the Great Heaven Clan and dominate the Divine Desolate. Wei Shuangyin also loudly said. Yu Yaoyao pulled Ling Daixin's hand and said, I will not marry you. You're all too weak. Wait until you become the great divine king, and then come and propose to me. So what if you become the emperor of the Great Heaven Clan? It's not like you're the strongest. The position of great divine king, that was bestowed by heaven and earth. I can't become a great divine king, but I can definitely become a little divine king. Wei Shuangyin said very confidently. Qian Huazhan smiled proudly. What little divine king or great divine king? As long as I, Qian Hua, am given 100 years, I will be the strongest person in Deity Desolate. Even the great divine monarch's strength will be inferior to me. These two war gods were not willing to be outdone, and they both said many very arrogant words. Just like that at this moment, Qin Yin saw an old man with a long beard and a young man walking over with a smile on his face. This old man was Yu Luan Hui. The young man, led by Yu Luan Hui, also had a kind smile on his face. He looked similar to Yu Luan Hui. It was obvious that he was Yu Luan Hui's son. Lady Ling, I am Yu Luan Hui, an elder of the Yu ancient clan. The one next to me is my third son, Yu Yongyao. Yu Luan Hui smiled. Hello, Miss Ling. Yu Yongyao said with a smile and extended his hand to shake hands with Ling Daixin. Someone actually wanted to pursue Ling Daixin. Yu Yongyao, I heard that you have dozens of women and all of them are very beautiful. Why do you want to marry Ling Daixin? This kind of woman is not interesting at all, unless she is willing to sign a master-slave contract with you. Wei Shuangyin said, Miss Ling, if you're willing to marry, it means that we have a marriage alliance with your Ling family. I, Yu Luan Hui, am willing to give a set of heavenly runes comprehended from bloodline heavenly runes to your emperor. Yu Luan Hui said, from heavenly runes comprehended from bloodline heavenly runes. This is a big gift. An old man from the Ling family of the extreme sky divine race suddenly walked over and said, sure. Yu Yongyao said with smile, Senior, can you make Miss Ling sign a soul contract with me and agree to be a submissive wife? No problem. The old man from the Ling family immediately agreed. Qin Yin slightly frowned. He did not expect that the Ling family would sell Ling Daixin just like that in exchange for a set of heavenly runes that he has never seen before. He suddenly remembered that Ling Daixin brought him here to let him properly destroy them. Ling Daixin's expression is calm. She is already prepared for this. Just like that at this time, Qin Yin suddenly said to her, Boss Ling, don't worry and marry him, but you will definitely miss the time we spent together. After all, only I can make you happy. Everyone is in an uproar. Even Ling Daixin did not expect that Qin Yin would suddenly say such words. Her face is also slightly red. The expression of the old man from the Ling family sank, and he angrily rebuked Qin Yin. Who do you think you are? How dare you taint my Ling family's daughter? I am Divine Master Long, Boss Ling's personal inscription master. Qin Yin said with smile. She and I just met each other by chance. We're just enjoying ourselves. I don't have any feelings for her. A personal inscription master is actually so daring. Yu Yongyao's expression is somewhat unsightly as he said, Then forget it. I only want a woman with a pure body. I don't want a woman who has been played with. You are not worthy of her. Qin Yin said with smile, Do you really think that a common man like you is worthy of Boss Ling? Are you mocking me? If you have the guts, say it again. Yu Yongyao furiously said, I'm sorry, I'm not targeting you. I'm saying that everyone here, other than me, Divine Master Long, no one else is worthy of Boss Ling. As Qin Yin spoke, he suddenly embraced Ling Daixin's jade waist and laughed loudly. Wei Shuangyin said with sneer, You, a personal inscription master, can be considered to have guts. Then let me ask you, just now you said that no one here is worthy of Ling Daixin, including me? Of course. Qin Yun said with smile. That also includes me, Xian Huazhan. Xian Huazhan said in deep voice. What right do you have to say that? You are a personal inscription master. If you stand up for your master, your ending will be very miserable. Why? Because all of you are trash. Qin Yun walked forward with his hand behind his back and said with smile, I am inscription master. I'm not good at fighting, but I am more than enough to beat all of you to your knees. Impudent. Ling family elder angrily rebuked. Hurry up and back down, otherwise I won't forgive you. Won't forgive me? Qin Yun looked at the Ling family elder, spread open his 5 fingers, and drew runes in the air towards the Ling family elder. In the blink of an eye, a group of runes was formed, like a white net of light. It enveloped the Ling family elder. Just a trifling inscription battle technique, yet you dare to be arrogant here? After the Ling family elder was enveloped by the runes, he disapproved and said with sneer, It's just 5 fingers drawing runes. Runes formed by finger drawing are generally weaker, so the elder did not place it in his eyes. The Ling family elder spread his arms, wanting to break free from the net formed by the runes covering his body. However, he discovered that he was unable to break free no matter how hard he tried. Moreover, the net gradually tightened. Very quickly, the Ling family elder discovered that the net formed by the runes has a strange devouring power. It is crazily devouring his divine power. You're tuning in to the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.